Welcome to the fantasy audiobook, Beast Girl, starting with a contract with the school beauty's mother. Chapter 1. Don't lie there pretending to be dead. I know you're awake. Tell the truth. Did you molest classmate Zhang Xiaoyu? I advise you to admit it honestly, otherwise it won't be as simple as a serious warning. Fang Cheng, whose head was cut open, was lying on a cyber-style hospital bed. He opened his eyes dazedly and saw a middle-aged woman in a slim suit and gold-rimmed glasses, staring at him domineeringly. Molested a classmate. I've been graduated for so many years, how could a classmate molest me? There was a sudden sharp pain in his head, and Fang Cheng subconsciously covered his head. The blood that seeped out of the gauze fell and blinded his eyes. Pretend, keep pretending, I want to see how long you can pretend, you loser. I tell you, don't think that you can let this go by pretending to be pitiful here. A toad wants to eat swan flesh. Zhang Xiaoyu's family background, no matter how poor her talent is not something you, a poor guy living in the slums, can get your hands on. Fang Cheng wiped his eyes that were fascinated by the blood, raised his hand to see that his hands were full of blood. What is going on? What is this woman in front of him? What is she barking about? At this moment, a strange and familiar memory emerged in his mind. There is no severe pain like that described in the novel, only a tingling numbness that makes people feel so good that they fly, and even the head is clearer all of a sudden. I traveled through time, looking at this cyber-style health room. This is a parallel world where strange beasts are rampant. 500 years ago, the abyss was born, and a large number of strange beasts and secret realms appeared all over the world. Under the pollution of the abyss, men and women have different chromosomes. After the age of 18, women will automatically awaken their beastly abilities and transform beasts. But as the killing intent grows, they will eventually lose their humanity and turn into beasts completely. Men will have a certain chance of awakening the ability to tame beasts. After making a contract with a woman, it will not only prevent the woman from completely turning into a beast, but also help each other achieve success, unlock more abilities, and enhance each other's strength. Therefore, every country on the blue planet will hold a superpower awakening ceremony when the citizen reaches the age of 18, using human intervention to allow boys to awaken this ability. At first, it was out of humanitarianism to reduce the beast transformation of women, but later it gradually evolved into a battle for national destiny. Here, the strength of a country mainly depends on how many powerful beast masters and powerful women there are. But talking about this now has nothing to do with Fang Chengdu. Because those who can truly become beast masters must have at least sea-level supernatural talents. According to development potential, supernatural powers are divided into 9 levels from F to SSS. The higher the level, the faster the growth rate. However, at the awakening ceremony yesterday, the original owner, a waste, only awakened the second to last E-level talent. As for the old woman in front of him, she is his class teacher named Zhu Guiying. She is not young anymore, but she likes to wear black stockings with exaggerated high heels. Anyway, she wears whatever is seductive. Obviously, she is already a mature old woman, but she always says that she is a queen. It's really disgusting. As for the Zhang Xiaoyu she mentioned, she was a classmate of hers. She was as tall as a dwarf, with big buck teeth that couldn't even cover her lips. She was exposed to the wind and sun all year round, like a plow. She was excellent, she was really excellent. Except that her father was a school director, her F-level beast talent was even more useless than the original owner. During the first self-study class in the afternoon, Zhang Xiaoyu suddenly ran in from outside and told the original owner that the teacher wanted to see her. The original owner didn't think much about it, so he went to the teacher's office with Zhang Xiaoyu. As a result, in the corridor, this woman suddenly went crazy and shouted that she was molesting him, and hit the original owner with a stick. Now it seems that the stick beat the original owner to death. Teacher Tian, I really didn't molest her. If you don't believe me, you can check the surveillance video. There is no need to check the surveillance. I believe that Zhang Xiaoyu will never wrongly accuse you. You should admit it quickly. Tian Guiying pushed her gold-rimmed glasses and said with disgust. How can I admit to something I haven't done? Fang Cheng also got angry. Zhu Guiying was stunned for a moment. This loser would get scared when he was scared before, why did he become so tough today? At this moment, she felt that her authority was challenged. She stood up and shouted, "What's your attitude? With your attitude, plus you molested a female classmate, I can expel you. Of course, a loser like you, even if he stays in school, what use can you have except lowering our school's admission rate?" Fang Cheng also said unhappily, "I can't admit to something I haven't done. Either you go directly to check the surveillance to convict me, or get out of here. You, okay, you don't have to come to school tomorrow, get up and get out of here, you are expelled." "What's going on with Xiaoqi's mom? Why did the officials come to your house? Did your husband do something wrong again? To be honest, you must not implicate everyone." At this time, Xiaoqi's mother Tian Chunrao suddenly said proudly, "You bunch of poor ghosts, if you can't talk, just shut up. I'm not afraid to tell you the truth. My daughter is going to participate in the contract training, and the official came to send my daughter a combat uniform." Just blow Xiaoqi's mother. "I'm bragging. I'm not afraid to tell you the truth. My daughter's talent rating this time is S level, she will soon fly up to the tree and become a phoenix." "Is it true that Xiaoqi has such a high talent?" I said, "Niu Er's father, look at what this is." She slapped a brand new combat uniform in front of everyone and said, "The government even sent a combat uniform to my daughter, how can it be fake? It really is a combat uniform. Look at my stinky mouth." Congratulations to Xiaoqi's mother. When Fang Cheng returned to the slums, neighbors were gathered in front of Su Yaqi's house to congratulate her. She was also the childhood sweetheart of the original owner, a very beautiful girl, especially her voice was very pleasant. Ever since she could remember, the original owner and she went to school together, went home together, and were classmates. It's just that she is now about to become a phoenix on a tree, while he has become a drowned dog. When passing by Su Yaqi's house, Fang Cheng stopped. Since he inherited everything from the original owner, it is reasonable for him to go and congratulate her. "Congratulations, Xiaoqi." Su Yaqi, who was enjoying everyone's flattery, was suddenly stunned. "Why are you here?" Fang Cheng was about to say that he was expelled from school, but suddenly he noticed that Su Yaqi's eyes looked like a thief, something was not right. So when the words came to his lips, he suddenly changed his words and said, "You seem surprised to see me." Nothing. I meant that you had to go to class today, so why did you suddenly come home?" "No, isn't she my childhood sweetheart? The gauze on my head is still oozing with blood. She didn't ask about my injury, but was concerned about why I suddenly came home." Fang Cheng carefully recalled the original owner's memory. With his own eyes, he soon discovered that the so-called childhood sweetheart in front of him turned out to be a fool. Before the talent test, the original owner had been kept by her with all kinds of sweet words, asking the original owner to be her follower, and even asking the original owner to prepare sanitary napkins for her every month. She was simply a free servant kept by her side. What's infuriating is that while this woman was keeping the original owner hanging, she also had affairs with the schools. Some second-generation rich people flirted with each other, and the original owner was jealous. She would pooh the original owner, saying that the original owner was stingy and narrow-minded, and such men made her feel very disappointed. As a result, the original owner, that silly boy, actually believed it and was determined to be an open-minded person. The most infuriating thing was that the original owner bought her sanitary napkins every month, and the original owner remembered her days clearly. But one month her period did not come, and the original owner foolishly thought that she was sick and wanted to take her to the hospital. The result is imaginable. How could she go? If she went, wouldn't the abortion be exposed? Recalling that Zhang Xiaoyu had shouted inexplicably before, Fang Cheng's eyes suddenly became clear at this time. Zhang Xiaoyu told the teacher everything. When these words came out, Su Yaqi was like a cat whose tail was stepped on. She suddenly said angrily, "Nonsense, this has nothing to do with me." Fang Cheng sneered in his heart. This woman's psychological quality is not good. Her true colors were exposed after she was tricked. "I didn't seem to mention you just now, did I?" Su Yaqi was stunned for a moment. This idiot actually dared to lie to me. "I don't even know what you are talking about." She came back to her senses and was immediately furious, even raising her voice 8 octaves. "Mom, go get those things I packed before and return them to this loser." When Tian Chunrao heard this, she immediately smiled and said, "My dear daughter, you finally figured it out. You and this loser are not suitable at all. Now you are going to participate in contract training, and you are not someone this loser can afford. After that, Tian Chunrao went into the house and took out a cardboard box. Su Yaqi snatched it and smashed it on Fang Cheng's face. Seeing Fang Cheng dodge sideways, she was even more furious. You actually dare to dodge. Are you sick? Fang Cheng was also angry, wondering how there could be such a top-notch person in the world. You dare to scold me. Even my parents don't dare to scold me, how dare you scold me? Su Yaqi pointed at Fang Cheng, her chest heaving with anger. Okay, we with the surname Fang are finished. Then she pointed at the small gifts scattered on the ground and said, those are all garbage you gave me over the years. Now I return them to you in full. We are even now. Don't bother me anymore in the future, and don't call me Xiaoqi anymore. Do you hear me? Of course, Su Yaqi lifted her hair and smiled coldly. From now on, we are people from two different worlds, and there will be no chance for us to meet again. I hope you will take care of yourself. There is one thing I still don't understand. I want to ask, I have done nothing wrong to you, why did you let Zhang Xiaoyu frame me? At this time, all the neighbors looked at Su Yaqi curiously, as if there seemed to be something big going on. Looking at everyone's eyes, Su Yaqi's heart tightened. Zhang Xiaoyu's framing of Fang Cheng was indeed done by her. In this world where strength is king, once you awaken your advanced talent, you will undoubtedly open the door to the upper-class society. But her childhood sweetheart is still the same waste. There is no future for her and him, but what if he uses the past to morally blackmail her? If she can't get along with such a waste, how can she mix in the upper-class circle in the future? He is a stain on her and must be removed as soon as possible. So she accused Zhang Xiaoyu of molestation and falsely accused Fang Cheng of molestation. She was 18 years old. If this charge was proven, it would be enough to send him to jail. By the time he came out of jail, she would have already become famous and successful. What could this loser do to her? In the past, Zhang Xiaoyu would definitely not even look at her. But now she has awakened her S-level beast talent. Not only Zhang Xiaoyu has to give her face, but even the old woman Zhu Guiying has to give her face. As the old saying goes, a florid sedan is carried by everyone, but a broken drum is beaten by everyone. Fang Cheng is obviously the broken drum. Fortunately, Fang Cheng traveled through time in time and never admitted that he molested Zhang Xiaoyu. If it were the original owner's cowardly personality, he would probably be in jail by now. You said I let someone frame you. Su Yaqi smiled coldly. Haha, ask everyone, who will believe your lies. Hearing this, the neighbors immediately became agitated. It was obvious that Su Yaqi had something to hide, but now Su Yaqi was too busy to curry favor with them. Who would be stupid enough to speak for a useless person with no future? I said to Fang Cheng, Xiaoqi grew up under our care, she is a good girl, you can't wrongly accuse her, otherwise I, as an uncle, will be the first to stop it. That's right, I told you to provide evidence for what you said. If you don't have evidence, then you are slandering me. Xiaocheng, you don't want to go to jail at such a young age, do you? Listen to your uncle's advice and apologize to Xiaoqi quickly. Oh, this is human nature. An old man named Guo said it well, people must not fight with human nature, otherwise they will get angry to death sooner or later. Seeing Fang Cheng standing there without saying anything, Tian Chunrao on the side thought that he was heartbroken and wanted to cry, make a fuss, and even commit suicide in front of her precious daughter. So she hurriedly urged Su Yaqi, okay, my precious daughter, didn't you say you had an appointment with your classmates to go out and play? Now the things have been returned to them, and you don't have to waste your time on this loser. Go quickly, don't keep your classmates waiting for a long time. Su Yaqi was still thinking whether she should sue this loser for defamation and put him in jail. But after being interrupted by Tian Chunrao, she thought about it and decided to forget it. Anyway, the matter has been made clear now. If he really doesn't know what's good for him, there will be plenty of opportunities to kill this loser in the future. Su Yaqi snorted and left. Fang Cheng, who was left there, became a joke in the eyes of everyone. Although people can't fight against human nature, it would be a lie to say that he didn't feel blocked in his heart. But at this moment, Fang Cheng's mind suddenly heard a ding. Ding, Congratulations to the host, the beast control system has been successfully opened. Please sign your own Beast Girl as soon as possible to get the novice gift package and receive generous rewards. Fang Cheng, who was feeling depressed, suddenly heard the prompt sound of the system receiving the money, and the depression in his heart was immediately swept away. But in the eyes of those neighbors, Fang Cheng's sudden laughter was just a silly smile. Is that kid crazy? That's right, Xiaoqi has been playing tricks on me for so many years, and now I'm kicked out. Even if I'm not crazy, I'm probably not far from it. See, these people know everything. But who told Suyaki to identify the S-level beast talent, while I'm an E-level waste? That kid deserves it. He doesn't even look at what kind of person he is. He is born to be a jinx. He is a wild kid who is not even wanted by his parents. How can a toad want to eat swan meat? It's just a dream. Fang Cheng, who was about to go back, was suddenly stunned. The kid who didn't even want his parents, did he not want his parents, or did his parents not want him? Fang Cheng soon found the answer from the original owner's memory. It turned out that when he was 5 years old, he was abandoned by his parents outside the city, and was later adopted by Aunt Lin, who was picking up scraps outside the city. Aunt Lin never got married in her life, and she didn't have a contract with anyone. She wanted to maintain her humanity by relying on gene drugs, but this thing was expensive. When he was 13 years old, because of the untimely injection of gene drugs, he was unfortunately completely transformed into a beast and was sent to the animal factory, which was actually a kind of humanitarian destruction, similar to euthanasia. He still remembered Aunt Lin, but to be honest, if someone hadn't mentioned his parents just now, he would have almost forgotten them. Fang Cheng subconsciously turned his head and looked at the person who had just spoken, a middle-aged woman with a thick body but not a high body. Bao Laor's wife was called Ma Ju. When Fang Cheng looked over, Ma Ju's eyes subconsciously dodged for a moment, but soon became disdainful and said, "Hey, you still dare to glare at me? What, did I say something wrong just now? You are just a wild child that no one wants, and you actually want to imitate others, a toad wanting to eat swan meat, and you don't even take a piss to look at yourself. What kind of virtue are you?" Fang Cheng was not glaring at her. The reason why he suddenly widened his eyes was that he suddenly saw a blurred text above Ma Ju's head. Beast form, F-class exotic bucktooth pig. Evolvable form, E-level saber-tooth pig. Hidden evolution form, none. Overall rating, half a star. Fang Cheng thought he was dazzled, so he rubbed his eyes and looked again, but the text was gone again. Was it really dazzled? Fang Cheng changed someone else to look, and the text reappeared. It was not dazzled, but a new ability that the system had enabled for him. Is that boy really stupid? What a pity, such a handsome guy turned into a fool. I say to Chunier's mother, if you feel it's a pity, you can take him home and raise him. When Chunier's father is unable to do so, you can ask that boy for help. Bah, you son of a fool, Bao Laoer, why don't you ask your wife to take him home to raise him? With your 2 tails of meat, it's probably not as big as that boy's. My wife didn't say it was a pity. She didn't say it was a pity, but who knows what she was thinking. Besides, what I meant by a pity is that when Xiaoqi returns home with wealth and glory, that stupid boy will probably still be stupid enough to flatter others. He has no idea what is shame. That guy has been Xiaoqi's dog for so many years. If he still had self-esteem, would he have been Xiaoqi's dog for so many years? Fang Cheng was too lazy to pay attention to these dog calls. After figuring out his new ability, he turned around and went back home. He looked at himself in the mirror. Don't say that although the original owner was a waste, this skin is really handsome. He is 1.83 meters tall and his appearance is impeccable. Even if there is no awakening system, just relying on this appearance to start a live broadcast is enough to make the ladies swipe rockets for him. Strength, 7 normal adult 20. Agility, 8 normal adult 20. Mental, 17 normal adult 20. Physical strength, 5 normal adult 20. Life countdown, 16,785 days. I am 18 years old this year. I can probably live to my 60s. In this world where people can live to be 100, why can I only live to my 60s? In addition, Fang Cheng saw 2 skills, which should be given by the system. One active skill is the delusion-breaking spiritual eye trial version. Currently, it can only see some simple beast information of women. The other is the passive skill ultimate contract, which can 100% prohibit the contracted beast girl from devouring the master and never betray. In fact, in this world, the beastmaster does not drive the beast girl to fight. The beastmaster himself is also a warrior with strong strength. He is a partner who fights side by side with the beast girl. The combination of each other is similar to double cultivation. The premise of having strong strength is to have a beast girl who has contracted with you first, just like the spiritual root in the fairy tale novel. Without this thing, no matter how good the talent is, it is empty talk. The reason why it is called a beastmaster is that the beast girl must sign a contract with the beastmaster in order to maintain her humanity after the transformation and to change back from the alien beast form to a human. As for the talent of the beast girl, it only determines the combat power that can be achieved in theory. In reality, whether the beast girl can grow up and the efficiency of her growth depends on the talent of the beastmaster. The question now is, where should I go next to find a beast girl to contract with me? Without my own contracted beast girl, no matter how good the system is, it is just a decoration. With my E-level talent, a beast girl with a little talent will only contract with me if she is crazy, so I can only look for those beast girls that no one wants, so that the success rate will be high. There are a lot of such beast girls in the school now, but I was expelled today. Apart from school, where else can there be beast girls that no one wants? At this moment, the voice of Bao Lao's son came from outside the house, cursing at his mother. "Mom, why haven't you cooked yet?" "Oh, my dear son, why are you back so early?" "Don't mention it, hurry up and cook. I'll have a good sleep after eating. I have to go on duty tonight." "On duty? Didn't you say that the equipment at Anil factory was broken? Was it fixed so quickly?" "It's not fixed. Those fools asked me to take over the night watch for them because it wasn't fixed." "How can those people be like this? You work the day shift, and they want you to work the night shift too." "Who said I was just a temporary worker?" "Oh my son, please don't say these things in front of those people. You know that this temporary job of yours was also obtained by your third uncle with great difficulty." I know. Okay, go and cook, so I can take a nap after dinner." Bao Lao's wife Ma Ju looked at her son's tired face, and it hurt her heart. Suddenly, she rolled her eyes, grabbed her son Bao Long, and whispered, "I just heard that the loser surnamed Fang next door seems to have been expelled from school. What does it have to do with me whether he fires me or not? He has been expelled, so he is no longer a student and cannot receive official pensions. He will have no food to eat next month, no, to be precise, the day after tomorrow. Let's give him a meal and let him keep watch for you. Do you think he will do it?" Bao Long thought for a moment and said with a smile, "That's a good idea. Why didn't you say it earlier?" Fang Cheng suddenly sat up from the bed when he heard the whispers of the two. "Anil factory, why didn't I think of it? The thing that place lacks the most is beast girls. Although they have lost their humanity, they have the ultimate contract, so there is no need to worry that they will devour their masters. As long as the contract can be completed, the system's big gift package will be in hand." After a while, Bao Long really came to knock on the door. Although he put on a face of alms, Fang Cheng still gladly accepted his proposal. "Let's put it this way. I'll take care of you for the first half of the night, and the second half is up to you." "No problem, second brother. I'll go with you tonight." In the evening, Bao Lao brought Fang Cheng to Anil factory, took him on a tour first, explained the places to clock in and the patrol time, and then handed his card to Fang Cheng. He had agreed to leave in the second half of the night, and seeing that Fang Cheng had no problem with the patrol, he immediately ran away. After a tour, Fang Cheng found that he had come to the right place. Anil factory is like a crematorium. According to the regulations of Anil factory, these completely beastly beasts will be humanely destroyed every day. But because the equipment for humane destruction has been broken and has not been repaired, you can imagine how many beasts are piled up in Anil factory. Seeing so many beasts, Fang Cheng's requirements are also high. He wants to pick a good one. Beast form: F-level exotic beast iron claw rat. Evolvable form: D-level alien beast steel claw rat. Hidden evolution form: none. Evolutionary talent: 1.5 stars. Fang Cheng looked through the cages one by one. Fang Cheng had already foreseen that the beast girls here were not very talented. After all, those who were sent here did not have beast masters, otherwise they would not have lost their humanity and completely transformed into beasts before being injected with genetic drugs. Fortunately, there are enough of them, so the chance of finding a bargain is high. In the blink of an eye, the day and night were about to end, and there were not many beast girls left in the Annal Factory, but there was still no beast girl with a hidden evolutionary form. Fang Cheng had already thought about it. If he really couldn't find any, he would pick the tallest one among the short ones. In short, he would complete the system's task first, and then change the beast girl when his strength improved. Beast form: F-level exotic beast flower horned deer. Evolvable form: E-level sickle deer. Hidden evolution: X-level abyss giant spirit wood spirit. Evolutionary talent: 10 stars. Fang Cheng took a look and suddenly stepped back. Through the laser fence in front of him, he saw a snow-white flower-horned deer in an alloy cage. It was not big, more than 1 meter tall, but it showed its horns on its head domineeringly at him, as if it would pounce on him and kill him without the laser fence. Fang Cheng looked again and again. That's right. The hidden evolution form of the X-level Tianyuan giant spirit wood spirit with an overall rating of 10 stars. This is it. Who said that there is no chance to find a leak? If you really can't find one, it's because the base is not big enough. Suddenly the flower-horned deer rushed over, and Fang Cheng grabbed its antlers and buckled them on the fence. Then he cut a hole in its antlers with his thumb and dotted the blood on its forehead. Ding! Congratulations to the host for getting the first beast girl in his life. The novice gift package has been distributed to the system space. Please check it out. Before Fang Cheng could be happy, he saw a ball of white starlight rising from the flower-horned deer in the cage, gradually turning into a human form. Can the beast girl regain her humanity after the contract? Why isn't it written in the textbook? Besides, if this can restore their humanity, then why do they need to be sent to the comfort plant for humane destruction? After thinking about it, the only possibility is the ultimate contract of my passive skill. The textbook only mentions 3 types of contracts: primary, intermediate and advanced. The primary contract is also the weakest contract. The relationship between the Beastmaster and the Beast Girl is equivalent to colleagues. They can share 50% of each other's talents and can terminate the contract at any time. It is generally used during the running-in period of the Beastmaster and the Beast Girl. Just like this contract training, they finally signed this kind of contract. The intermediate contract has a slightly stronger binding force. They are equivalent to lovers and can completely share each other's talents. At the same time, the Beastmaster has a certain binding force on the Beast Girl, and the Beastmaster has the ability to summon the Beast Girl. However, the Beast Girl can unilaterally propose to terminate the contract and cannot respond to the Beastmaster's summons. The advanced contract is the strongest contract known so far. In addition to the benefits of the intermediate contract, each other's talents can also increase by 20%, but the Beast Girl is equivalent to a slave, with almost no freedom, and only the Beastmaster can terminate the contract. Under normal circumstances, even if there is a 20% increase, no Beast Girl would sign such a contract with the Beastmaster unless they were forced. As for the ultimate contract, there is no such thing in this world. As the first person to have such a contract, Fang Cheng, from the introduction of the system, this contract is very overbearing. Once the contract is successful, the Beast Girl cannot terminate the contract for life, and has no rights or privacy. In other words, she is his person in life and his ghost in death. At the same time, it has all the benefits that a contract should have, and the talent increase of each other is as high as 100%. Under such a strong binding force, it is not a piece of cake to restore her humanity and regain the ability to become human again. The starlight dissipated, and the flower-horned deer turned into a beautiful and shy queen. Fang Cheng was stunned. A long hair like satin draped over her shoulders, the skin is delicate and smooth as snow, and the curves that make people bleed from the nose all declare that she has a dominant position among the queens. It is worth mentioning that the reason why the official issued combat uniforms to the Beast Girls is because ordinary clothes will be torn into pieces by the beast form after the beast is transformed. The combat uniform, which is the result of the wisdom of countless engineers, can be transformed into armor and attached to the beast after it transforms into a beast, and it can also automatically recover when it transforms back into a human. Obviously, the queen in front of him did not wear combat uniforms when she transformed into a beast, so she had no clothes. But what really stunned Fang Chengma was that the beast girl he had just signed was actually the school doctor, Teacher Mu, and it was said that she was also the mother of the school beauty Mu Yunxi. Mu, Teacher Mu. The uneasy Mu Yao suddenly raised her head and looked at Fang Cheng outside the cage with a puzzled look on her face. Who is the master? Fang Cheng cleared his throat awkwardly and said, Teacher Mu, please call me Xiao Fang, or Fang Cheng classmate. If you call me master, I will be easily blocked. Fang Cheng took off his coat and threw it to Mu Yao in the cage. Then he used Baoerlong's work card to open the cage and let her out. The coat was a little small on her, so she could only hold the lapels tightly to avoid exposing herself. In fact, Fang Cheng was not thin. At the age of 18, he was 1.83 meters tall. How small could he be? It's just that Teacher Mu's chest was too magnificent, so his clothes looked small. Mature body with her shy eyes, if Fang Cheng didn't move at this time, he would be struck by lightning. He looked her up and down from head to toe, and then from toe to head, and finally his eyes stopped on her pair of white and slender bare feet. If she put on black stockings, she would be absolutely beautiful. In Fang Cheng's memory, Teacher Mu also wore stockings in school, but only in flesh-colored stockings and flat shoes, which made her look very plain and elegant. If she wore black shoes and silver high heels like Tian Guiying, with her figure and delicate face, people would line up to see the doctor in the school's health room every day. Xiao Fang, have we met before? I am a student of No. 11 Middle School. I had a heat stroke once and it was you, Mr. Mu, who gave me the saline drip. Mu Yao was stunned for a moment, obviously not remembering him as her student, but one thing was certain, he was a student of No. 11 Middle School, a classmate of her daughter. So she said awkwardly, really? Fang Cheng smiled slightly. Okay, let's go. Where are you going? After asking, Mu Yao realized that she was now his beast mother and he was her master, so she quickly said, sorry, I shouldn't ask these questions. It's okay. You can ask whatever you want in the future. Now I have to find you a suitable piece of clothing. I can't let you go out like this, right? Fang Cheng took her to the duty room and found a work suit. Although it was a little dirty, it was better to wear it temporarily than this coat. By the way, do you have money? Fang Cheng realized that he had asked a nonsense question after asking. In her previous situation, how could she hide the money on her body? Mu Yao shook her head, and Fang Cheng smiled and said, then we can only walk, because I don't have any money either. When the two walked out of Anil Factory, the sky had already turned pale, rendering the night sky in indigo. Looking at the morning light in the sky, breathing the moist and cool air, Mu Yao, who had been reborn, was full of emotion at this time. She was grateful to Fang Cheng. Although he was a classmate of her daughter, he had become her beastmaster now. But if it weren't for his contract, which allowed her to transform into a human again, she would have been dealt with. How could she have the chance to see her daughter again? Fang Cheng, who was walking in front, was a little embarrassed because they were not familiar with each other and could not find a topic to talk about. So he simply took this opportunity to open the novice gift package to see what good things were in it. Ding, get the complete version of Pohuan Lingtong. Ding, get EX level beast taming talent. Ding, get the blessing of Koi good luck. Ding, get EX level charm. Ding, obtained F level star crystal by 60 inches. Ding, obtained star source crystal times 1. Ding, gain the skill blindness. Ding, get skill enlightenment. The gift package is indeed worthy of its big name. As soon as the gift package was opened, the system's prompts flashed across the screen. The strength of this world is divided into 9 levels from F to SSS. If Beastmasters and Beast Girls want to upgrade their levels, they don't rely on cultivation but on a kind of star crystal that explodes from the alien beasts. As for the star source crystal, it is a necessary item for the evolution of Beast Girls. It usually appears in fragments, and only the big bosses in the secret realm above B level have a certain chance to explode a fragment and then use 30 fragments to synthesize a crystal. I didn't expect the system to give me one directly. As for the skill of a leaf blinding, it has only one function, which is to cover up the true form of the beast girl. I have to say that this system is still very considerate. You must know that Mu Yao's hidden evolution form is an EX level Tianyuan giant spirit wood spirit. If you take it out when your strength is low, isn't that courting death? Now there is a skill of a leaf blinding to cover her true form, so she is not afraid of being remembered. The enlightenment skill is a passive skill. In the interaction with the beast girl, you can activate the hidden bloodline in the body and open the hidden evolution form. There is also the soul-breaking pupil, which has now been upgraded to the complete version. I don't know how it is different from the previous trial version, so Feng Cheng turned around and looked at Mu Yao. Beast girl, Mu Yao. Owner, Feng Cheng. Age, 36. Strength level, F. Strength, 17. Agility, 18. Spirit, 27. Stamina, 15. Beast form, F level exotic beast flower horned deer. Evolvable form, E level sickle deer. Hidden evolution, X level abyss giant spirit wood spirit. Evolutionary talent, 10 stars. Skills, none. Favorability, 80. Taming value, 0. Before the taming value reaches 100, the Beastmaster cannot evolve the Beast Girl. Life countdown, 16,785 days. I used to think that Teacher Mu was well maintained. After all, Mu Yunxi was so old. I didn't expect that today. She was only 36 years old. Doesn't that mean that she had Mu Yunxi when she was 18 years old? As for her life countdown being the same as his, Feng Cheng was not surprised at all. Under the constraints of the ultimate contract, how long she can live depends on how long I live. If something happens to me, she can only blame herself for bad luck. There is also the taming value, which is not unique to the ultimate contract, but it is only the broken delusion spirit pupil that has made it concrete. In this world, the role of the Beastmaster is not only to protect the Beast Girl from being completely beastified, but the evolution of the Beast Girl also depends on the Beastmaster. The taming value of the Beastmaster for the Beast Girl is the prerequisite for whether the Beast Girl can evolve. If the taming value is not enough, it is useless to have the Star Source Crystal. It is worth mentioning that the primary contract cannot increase the taming value, only the intermediate and higher contracts can do it. What makes Feng Cheng feel a little tricky now is how to improve Mu Yao's taming value. The answer in the textbook is to have an in-depth communication with the Beast Girl, which is also the only known way so far. My passive skill, enlightenment, also plays a role in this process. But the problem is that I am not familiar with her now, and her relationship with the school beauty Mu Yunxi is unusual, so I am a little hesitant. Do I really have to force her? What's wrong, Xiao Feng? Feng Cheng was distracted and almost bumped into by Mu Yao, who was walking with her head down. Teacher Mu, you are so beautiful. Feng Cheng's praise made Mu Yao blush. She didn't think about whether he had any evil intentions towards her behind his praise. How can the child still be beautiful when he is that old? What I said is true. Whether it is body or appearance, I can definitely beat all the celebrities on the internet. Mu Yao subconsciously touched her cheek and felt a little hot. Facing Feng Cheng's compliments, she was happy. Which woman doesn't like compliments from the opposite gender? Not to mention that it was a handsome and very attractive boy who complimented her. However, under the constraints of the ultimate contract, she has not yet adapted to her current identity and didn't know how to answer. So the two chatted and talked to death again. Huh, what is that? Feng Cheng was embarrassed. As soon as he looked away, he saw a glimmer of light in the bushes by the roadside. He walked over and saw that it was a bracelet. The bracelets in this world are equivalent to mobile phones in the previous life. The more advanced bracelets even have storage functions. This looks like an S-level bracelet, Mu Yao said, but she couldn't figure it out. Once the bracelet is put on, it needs a fingerprint or password to unlock it. The chance of it falling off is very small. Who would lose their own bracelet? Feng Chengkai didn't care about that. He walked over to pick up the bracelet. The identity authentication interface popped up and he found the password authentication. Teacher Mu, how big do you think this secret is? This, Mu Yao shook her head. How could an 8-digit password be so easy to guess? Just name one. If there is money in it, we don't have to walk home. This, 8 nines, do you think it's okay? You'll know if it works if you try it. Feng Cheng entered the password and unlocked it successfully. Mu Yao looked at the words, "unlocked successfully," with an unbelievable look on her face. Is this possible? Fang Cheng was moved in his heart. This Koi's good luck is really not covered up. Not only did he pick up a bracelet on the road, but he could actually unlock it by just entering a password. Teacher Mu, you are my lucky star. Not only did you let me pick up a bracelet, but you can also unlock it by just saying the password. Could this be a coincidence? Never mind, let's see if there's any money in it first. Isn't this bad, Xiao Fang? Do you want to walk home? After swiping the holographic window on the bracelet to find the balance, Fang Cheng frowned. What the hell? The balance of this S-level bracelet is only 3,000 yuan. Fang Cheng's frustrated look made Mu Yao feel a little funny. Xiao Fang, there is a storage space in this S-level bracelet. Yes, how could I forget this? Fang Cheng suddenly felt hopeful again. He opened the storage space and found an E-level longsword, a crystal card with E-level martial arts skills, and some spoils of killing monsters. Teacher Mu, can you help me see how much these things are worth? The market price of an E-level sword is about 120,000. The market price of an E-level martial arts skill is about 80,000. As for these spoils of war, they are all items dropped by F-level monsters. Although they are not very valuable, they should be able to sell for 200,000. 200,000. Teacher Mu, does that count as me becoming rich overnight? In Fang Cheng's memory, it was good enough for the people in the slums to have a surplus in a year, and a deposit of 200,000 was simply unthinkable. But for a Beastmaster, it might just be the next dungeon. The owner of Xiao Fang's bracelet should be an E-level Beastmaster. Aren't you afraid that he will cause trouble for you? What are you afraid of? This bracelet is obviously newly bought. I just took a look and it hasn't been bound to my identity yet. As long as I complete the identity binding now, who dares to say that this bracelet is not mine? Mu Yao thought about it and it seemed to be true. The luck of this little master was too good. Fang Cheng looked at the breakfast shop that had just opened on the roadside, shook his bracelet and said with a smile, "Come on, Teacher Mu, I will treat you to breakfast." At the same time in the Suiyuan community of Yucheng, the school beauty Mu Yunxi wiped the tears from the corners of her eyes in front of her mother's portrait, changed into a shiny tight combat suit, and went out without hesitation. I dare not say that her appearance has reached the pinnacle, but just by looking at her bare face, she is enough to beat all the beautiful anchors on the internet. It's just that her luck is not very good. She was abandoned by her scumbag father in the womb and has been dependent on her mother Mu Yao since childhood. 3 days ago, her mother failed to inject the gene drug in time, resulting in complete beast transformation and was sent to the Annal Factory. The Annal Factory is actually a crematorium, a place where residents who have completely transformed into beasts are euthanized. Over the years, if my mother hadn't bought the Xingyuan pill to improve her talent for me, she wouldn't have taken on the loan, wouldn't have been too late to inject the gene drug, and wouldn't have been completely transformed into a beast and sent to the Annal Factory. Even if I took the Xingyuan pill, my talent was actually C-level in yesterday's talent evaluation, which just barely reached the passing line. Today I went to attend a training camp. The school beauty who was inviolable in the past has now become a waste. Those who once envied her beauty would be surprised if they didn't take this opportunity to avenge themselves. But Mu Yunxi didn't care anymore. Although she only had a C-level talent, it was also earned by her mother with her life. She must not let her mother down. There were 18 anti-gravity buses parked at the gathering point in front of the school. As far as the technology of this world is concerned, it is at least 200 years ahead of Fang Cheng's previous life. Mu Yunxi came here early and found an inconspicuous corner on the bus to sit down. She thought that this would not attract other people's attention, but it turned out that she thought too much. Hey, isn't that our school's beauty Mu Yunxi? A mere C-level loser actually has the nerve to come and grab a seat. Suyaki saw her from 2 streets away. The reason why Suyaki has such a good eyesight is that, firstly, after awakening her beast ability, her attributes in all aspects have been improved. Secondly, her jealousy of Mu Yunxi made her extremely sensitive to Mu Yunxi, to the point that she would recognize her even if she turned into ashes. So Mu Yunxi had just got on the bus when Suyaki rushed up with her new best friend. Although Suyaki is beautiful, she was born in a slum, so she couldn't get into the core circle of the school. But now it's different. Her talent is assessed to be S level, which is rare among the 16 high schools in Yucheng. In the past, she tried her best to get into the circle, but now people in the circle have taken the initiative to extend an olive branch to her, just like her two new best friends. Mu Yunxi pretended not to hear Suyaki's words and continued to look at the scenery outside the window. You are still pretending to be noble here. You are just a C-level waste. Do you really think you are a fairy? Why are you pretending? Lu Shui is right, she is just a piece of trash, why do you care about her, Chi-Chi? Just then the carriage suddenly became quiet. Mu Yunxi glanced over here subconsciously. It turned out that the school hunk Shen Tujun got on the car, which made those women all crazy about him. Before his supernatural power awakened, Shen Tujun was a top student. Now he has awakened the SSS level beast taming talent. The most important thing is that he is tall and handsome. He likes to invite classmates to have parties in his villa. Suyaki was lucky enough to be dragged to participate in a swimming pool party by her good sisters as a gun rack. Because she was beautiful, she had an in-depth exchange with Shen Tujun. Later, her aunt disappeared. She thought she could marry into a wealthy family and rise to prominence because of her son. The result can be imagined. How could a rich N generation like Shen Tujun look down on her, a poor girl, so a Xingyuan pill made her abort the fetus? The person Shen Tujun likes has always been Mu Yunxi, but Mu Yunxi has always kept a distance from scumbags like him. Neither offending you, a rich N generation, and harming her family, nor looking down on him, a scumbag who relies on his family's few dirty money to harm girls everywhere. But now the situation is different. Mu Yunxi's beast talent has only reached the C level. Such a talent basically has no future. Whether it is going to the dungeon secret realm or forming a team to fight in the wild, she is cannon fodder. If she goes to the battlefield in the future, she will be cannon fodder among cannon fodder. Unless she can contract a good beastmaster, such as herself who has SSS level beastmaster talent. Suyaki also saw the opportunity. She felt that the reason why Shen Tujun asked her to have an abortion was because she was a poor girl living in a slum. But now it is different. She has an S-level beast talent, which is equivalent to an invitation to the upper class. She has already got it, and her life will be destined to be extraordinary. In addition, she has a face value comparable to Mu Yunxi, and she has had close experience with Shen Tujun. He will definitely look at her differently. Sure enough, Shen Tujun cast his eyes on her the first time he got on the car, and smiled at her. I remember you, you are the one called. Just as Shen Tujun was frowning in thought, Suyaki quickly said, my name is Suyaki, you can call me Shaoqi. Yes, Shaoqi, after this training camp is over, I will have a party at home, and you must come. While Shen Tujun was talking, he was secretly observing Mu Yunxi's expression, but he was disappointed. Mu Yunxi didn't take his invitation to Suyaki to heart at all. At this moment, Suyaki was excited and wanted to strike while the iron was hot and say a few more words to Shen Tujun, but when she looked up, Shen Tujun had already walked to the corner at the rear of the car. Seeing him go to find Mu Yunxi, Suyaki was so angry that she couldn't understand what was so good about a C-level waste. Is it really like what others say, that what you can't get is the best? In this case, that woman is too good at pretending, right? She must like him to death in her heart, but on the surface she always puts on a sour face to Shen Tu. Isn't this the same as when I was flirting with that waste Fang Cheng? If I had known earlier that at the pool party, I shouldn't have let Shen Tu succeed so easily, otherwise I wouldn't be so passive now. Yunxi. Shen Tujun sat down next to Mu Yunxi and spoke gently. But he was interrupted by Mu Yunxi, who said without even turning her head, my name is Mu Yunxi. The implication was, don't call me she, I'm not that familiar with you. Then he continued, and I don't want to make a contract with anyone yet, so classmate Shen Tu, don't waste your time on me. Yunxi, why do you always keep people at a distance when you speak? But I can wait, because I know that in this world, no one is more suitable for you than me. Suyaki on the side couldn't stand it anymore. Mu Yunxi, that woman, was too good at pretending, so she said sarcastically, I really don't understand, how can a C-level talent waste have the confidence to reject an SSS-level beastmaster? Her new bestie Lu Shui heard the hidden meaning in her words, and then said disdainfully, I think she is self-aware and afraid of holding the beastmaster back. Another bestie Tian Shuang smiled and said, "That's right, a beastmaster with SSS level talent is the future king. AC level waste should really know himself and shouldn't hold him back." These words reached Shintu Jun's ears. Not only did he not stop them, but he smiled slightly and reached out to grab Mu Yunshi's hand, as if to comfort her, but in fact he just wanted to take advantage of her, but Mu Yunshi dodged him calmly. "Yunshi, although you have only awakened the C-level beast talent, I don't dislike you at all, really. As the saying goes, if you don't have talent, you can make up for it with supernatural powers. As long as you sign a contract with me, with the resources of my Shintu family, I can definitely make your combat power reach S level or above." After saying that, he grabbed Mu Yunshi's hand again. He had offered such tempting conditions, he didn't believe that Mu Yunshi would not be tempted. As a result, this time Mu Yunshi stood up and left. "I'm sorry, I'm not interested in telling you all this. I have something else to do. Please let me get off the car." Looking at Mu Yunshi's back as she got off the car, Suyaki spat on the ground. "Bah, why are you pretending? No matter how much you pretend, you're still a green tea." After saying that, she looked at Shen Tujun at the rear of the car and smiled, but she didn't take the opportunity to sit over, but got off the car as well. Distance creates beauty. Since Shen Tujun likes to be hung up by others, she is very good at this kind of thing. Although she has been stabbed by him, it's not too late to make up for it. The look in his eyes when he just looked at her just now revealed a hint of surprise. This is a good start. By the way, Teacher Mu, where do you live? Suiyuan community. Do you mind if I stay at your house for a few days? Mu Yao was stunned for a moment, then shook her head. "I don't mind. Don't misunderstand me, Mr. Mu. It's mainly because I live in a slum, and I seem to have offended my neighbors last night. I'm worried that it will cause trouble to you." Seeing Fang Cheng's awkward look, Mu Yao smiled and said, "Xiao Fang, you don't need to explain. I understand. It just so happens that I also need to go home to change clothes." Her hesitation just now was only because she had never made a contract with anyone before, and she didn't react for a while. After the contract, the Beastmaster and the Beast Mother were supposed to live together, so that it would be convenient to improve each other's tacit understanding and the taming value. Whether it is the improvement of each other's strength or their own evolution, the taming value is a mandatory prerequisite. She thanked Fang Cheng for giving her the opportunity to be reborn. At the same time, from the embarrassment that Fang Cheng inadvertently showed along the way, Mu Yao also believed that he was not a bad person, at least he didn't have any bad habits. With that kind of powerful contract that made people feel desperate, he didn't need to ask for her opinion on such matters, and he could make the decision for herself. But he didn't, but asked for her thoughts and gave her great respect, so he was a good person and would be a good beastmaster. There was nothing wrong with following him and being his beast mother in this life. The only thing that made Mu Yao worry was, what Fang Cheng was worried about was his talent. It was because of his poor talent that he was ruthlessly abandoned by that man. He even left without even looking at Yun Shi. What about Xiao Fang? Xiao Fang is now seeing if her favorability towards him has decreased. Seeing that Mu Yao's favorability towards him has increased instead of decreased, Fang Cheng felt relieved. After all, after signing that kind of contract, she is equivalent to his wife, and a wife is to be loved, not to be ordered around. Of course, the main reason is that Fang Cheng likes her. Not only is she beautiful, but she also has a good figure and personality. Two people are going to spend their whole lives together. Is it better to live with a flesh and blood mother-in-law? Or with a zombie who only knows how to obey orders? Of course, if it is replaced by an ugly one with a bad temper, Fang Cheng does not mind living with her as a master. With money, he naturally took a taxi home and soon arrived at Suiyuan community. Seeing the door of his home so close, Mu Yao suddenly became a little nervous. "What's wrong, Teacher Mu? Xiao Fang, can you let me go home first? Are you worried about Mu Yunshi?" Mu Yao felt a little hot. Xiao Fang was her daughter's classmate, but now she has become his beast mother. She felt shy when she thought about it. Xiao Shi would probably not accept it, right? If she didn't accept it, then with her temper, Xiao Fang would be in trouble. Fang Cheng smiled slightly. "Don't worry, she is not at home." "How do you know?" "Because she went to participate in the contract training." "Really? Did she really go to the training camp? Then she must have good talent, right? Before the awakening ceremony, she was sent to the animal factory because she was completely transformed into a beast. As a mother, she naturally didn't know what happened afterwards. Now that she heard Fang Cheng say that his daughter had gone to the contract training camp, she was as happy as an ordinary parent hearing that his child had passed the undergraduate entrance line. I'm not sure about this, but I did see her get on the bus the day before yesterday, wearing the combat uniform issued by the government. Fang Cheng lied. He didn't see it, and Mu Yunxi's talent rating was only C level, which was at the bottom of the group. Seeing that Mu Yao, the mother, was so happy at this time, Fang Cheng didn't want to say it out loud and spoil her fun. When I arrived at the door of the house, after fingerprint recognition, the silver alloy anti-theft door opened automatically. When I walked in, the soft lights came on automatically. Before I could see the situation inside the house clearly, I smelled a fragrance. Unlike perfume, this was a unique fragrance in a woman's room. A small two-bedroom house with smooth white decoration materials and linear lights, like a space capsule, full of futuristic science fiction. There are also green plants in front of the windowsill and at the corners, which are obviously Mu Yao's work. Xiao Fang, wear my slippers first. I'll buy you new ones later. Fang Cheng then noticed Mu Yao squatting in front of him. He looked down and saw a pair of furry white slippers already placed in front of his feet. Mu Yao looked at Fang Cheng's size and said, "They seem a little small." "It's okay. Didn't you forget that we just picked up a huge sum of money?" After saying that, Fang Cheng habitually rubbed his heels and was about to take off his shoes, but Mu Yao held his feet. In the movies and TV dramas of the Japanese country, there are always scenes of women kneeling at the door to change shoes for their husbands. Fang Cheng used to envy him, but today he inadvertently experienced it and was still a little uncomfortable. Fang Cheng did not stop Mu Yao from changing his shoes, because habits can be developed. When Fang Cheng walked into the living room, he saw the portrait on the table. Who else could it be but Mu Yao? Mu Yao also saw it, and hurried over to pick up her own portrait, and said awkwardly, "Xiao, she may think that I am gone." At this point, she couldn't help but be grateful to Fang Cheng in her heart. It was he who gave her a new life. Fang Cheng smiled slightly. "Very beautiful." Mu Yao combed the hair by her ears, blushing and said, "Xiao Fang, do you want to take a shower?" Fang Cheng glanced at her work clothes, which were brought from Anil factory and smelled of sweat, so he said, "I'm not in a hurry, you take a shower first." Mu Yao did not refuse. The work clothes on her body did smell a bit. She went back to her room to find clothes. Fortunately, the clothes were still there. Maybe she did not have time to deal with them. She went into the bathroom with the clothes for changing. Fang Cheng sat on the sofa, playing with the bracelet he had just picked up. A moment later, Fang Cheng heard the sound of the bathroom door opening. He subconsciously looked up. Once he looked over, he couldn't take his eyes off. Under her wet long hair, there was a white silk nightgown. The smooth fabric was shiny under the light, and the proud curves were more clearly outlined under the soft fabric. With white and smooth bare feet, walking on the shiny metal floor, Fang Cheng's eyesight was really sharp. He saw the point at a glance. Embarrassed, he wanted to divert his gaze, but his eyes just wouldn't listen. Mu Yao, who was wiping her hair with a towel, didn't notice these at all. Fang Cheng said, "Xiao Fang, I'm done washing." Fang Cheng quickly cleared his dry throat and walked into the bathroom with a bewildered look on his face. He rubbed his face fiercely under the shower. Why pretend? When the flowers are ready to be picked, they must be picked immediately, and don't wait until there are no flowers left to pluck. The brave will die of overeating, and the timid will die of starvation. After finishing the psychological preparation in the bathroom, he came out and saw Mu Yao sitting on the sofa. "Where should I sleep from now on?" After asking this, Fang Cheng wanted to slap himself. Why ask? Why not just carry him into the room? Mu Yao was even more nervous than Fang Cheng. Although she had convinced herself to accept Fang Cheng, she still felt hesitant when the time came after 18 years of chastity. She subconsciously stood up, pointed at her own room and said, "Xiao Fang, why don't you sleep in my room tonight? How about you?" Seeing Mu Yao lower her head shyly, Fang Cheng mustered up the courage to come to her side. "Teacher Mu, if the Beastmaster and Beast Girl want to grow, they must improve their taming value. Do you know this? After saying that, Fang Cheng tentatively put his hand on her shoulder. Seeing that she did not resist and even nodded shyly, Fang Cheng immediately felt relieved and directly hugged her by the waist. Miu Yao screamed, her face full of shyness. Her heart was beating wildly, and she could not find a hole to hide in, so she had to bury her head in Fang Cheng's arms. At this moment, Fang Cheng was so proud. I didn't expect that Teacher Miu, who has always been gentle and upright, has such a lovely side. He carried Teacher Miu into the bedroom and closed the door behind him. The sunlight poured in from the window, passed through the curtains fluttering in the breeze, and woke Fang Cheng from his dream. The first thing he did when he woke up was to subconsciously turn his head to look at Teacher Miu beside him. In fact, Miu Yao was not asleep, and had been watching Fang Cheng silently. When she found Fang Cheng looking at her, she closed her eyes like a thief. Unfortunately, she was betrayed by her slightly trembling eyelashes. Fang Cheng saw her little movement, and the corners of his mouth couldn't help but curl up slightly. He gently pulled his numb arm out from under her neck. But Miu Yao suddenly grabbed his arm, and Fang Cheng was no longer in a hurry to get up. He leaned beside her and smiled. "Did I wake you up?" Miu Yao shook her head, and mustered up the courage to say, "Xiao Fang, do you regret it?" "Regret? What do I regret? I'm so much older than you." "Well, it is indeed a little older, but as the saying goes, a woman 3 years older than me is worth a lot of gold. You are 18 years older than me, so that means 6 gold bricks. In the end, I am the winner." Hearing Fang Cheng's first words, Miu Yao's heart tightened. Sure enough, Xiao Fang still cared about his age. But hearing the latter words, she burst out laughing. "Xiao Fang, any questions? My talent is not good. It was because of my talent that Xiaoxi and I were abandoned by that person. With your talent, this is very unfair to you." Fang Cheng stretched out his hand and pinched Miu Yao's nose, and said with a smile, "Do you know? Your talent is beyond your imagination. That person let you go because he was blind." After speaking, Fang Cheng used the spiritual eye to look at Miu Yao in his arms. He only tamed once today, but it actually generated 10 points of taming value. The taming value is divided into rings just like shooting. Hitting the bull's eye has the highest number of rings, and the farther away from the bull's eye, the lower the number of rings. At the same time, for Beastmasters, because the level of talent is different, the accompanying amplification is also different, and the number of bull's-eye rings is also different. The higher the talent level, the larger the number of bull's-eye rings. The highest known talent is SSS level, and the number of bull's-eye rings is only 8 at most. This time, I must have hit the bull's eye. I can tell by looking at Miu Yao's condition, but I didn't expect that the bull's eye of the X level is even smaller than that of the SSS level. 2 more rings. No wonder the system said that this level of talent of mine is unique in the world. At the same time, the enlightenment progress of Miu Yao's hidden evolution form has been completed by 10%. From Miu Yao's perspective, the two of them were looking at each other at this time, and her eyes became more and more gentle. Don't she know what her talent is? This kid only knows how to comfort people, but it makes me, who has been worried all night, feel warm in my heart. Miu Yao raised her head involuntarily and leaned over to kiss him. She reacted after the kiss. She didn't hide shyly this time, but looked at Fang Cheng infatuatedly and smiled sweetly at him. Looking at Miu Yao's true feelings, Fang Cheng couldn't bear it. "Teacher Miu, let's improve the taming degree a little bit." After saying that, he pressed forward. Miu Yao suddenly supported Fang Cheng's shoulder and said, "Wait a minute, Xiao Fang, it's not good to tame on an empty stomach. It's okay, skipping a meal won't kill you. But there are not so many buts, just do it and it's done." When Fang Cheng woke up again, it was already afternoon. Miu Yao was not around, and in front of him was a brand new set of men's clothes, neatly folded. The messy room was also cleaned up. Fang Cheng sat up from the bed and found that his waist was a little sore. It seems that Miu Yao was right, fasting training is indeed not good. He changed into the new clothes that Miu Yao bought for him, put on the new slippers that Miu Yao bought for him, and walked out of the bedroom. At this time, Miu Yao was wearing an apron and was busy in the kitchen. Taming value 37, enlightenment progress 37%. Although Miu Yao had tried her best to cooperate with the last shot, he still only scored 7 rings. This reminded Fang Cheng of the old saying, only a cow that is tired to death can never damage the land. Look at Mu Yao's radiant face. While he was asleep, not only did she go out to buy him new clothes and new shoes, but now she still has the energy to cook in the kitchen. Xiao Fang, are you awake? Fang Cheng scratched his head awkwardly. Mu Yao smiled and said, I bought you some new toiletries. They are in the bathroom. Do you want to wash up? The meal will be ready soon. Thank you. Fang Cheng ran to the bathroom as if he was escaping. How could he say it? It was the first time that he couldn't beat a woman, and he felt a little embarrassed. Mu Yao poked her head out of the kitchen, looked at Fang Cheng's back and couldn't help but smile. As the school doctor and an experienced person, how could she not know what Fang Cheng was thinking now? It's just that in the matter of taming, due to the different body structures of men and women, boys are inherently at a disadvantage in this regard. The hot sales of blue pills are enough to explain everything. When Fang Cheng came out of the bathroom, the dishes were already on the table, including clear boiled mutton soup, fried chicken with leeks, kidney with yakama almoids, and steamed eggs with sea cucumber. Apart from anything else, Mu Yao's cooking skills are absolutely unique. But Fang Cheng didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I haven't been so weak yet, am I? Is it necessary to make up for it like this? Mu Yao saw Fang Cheng's thoughts, smiled and explained, these are all normal dishes for beastmasters and beast girls to accumulate taming points. Xiao Fang, didn't you learn them in school? Teacher Mu, I guess the school doesn't teach these things. Maybe I remembered it wrongly. Come and try the food I cooked to see if it suits your taste. Mu Yao served Fang Cheng a bowl of rice and a bowl of mutton soup. When they sat down, she also picked up a sea cucumber for Fang Cheng. Teacher Mu, you know more than me. Is there any quick way to accumulate domestication points? Accumulating taming points is a long-term thing, and taming points are only used when the beast girl evolves and the level is increased, which takes a long time, so Xiao Fang, you don't have to be too anxious. I know what you said, but the earlier you evolve, the more benefits you get, right? It's just like raising a baby in the game. You catch a baby and wash it, and then it grows again from level 0. The 4-dimensional attributes are much higher than the original ones. However, the evolution of beast girls requires not only taming points, but also star source crystals. Star source crystals have a certain probability of dropping in secret realms above level B, so they are rare on the market. Fang Cheng interrupted her and said, Xingyuan crystal, you don't have to worry. You just need to tell me if there is a faster way. Mu Yao thought seriously and said, others may not have a method, but Xiao Fang, you can try to order me to hit the target by force. Forced to hit the target. Fang Chengdu was stunned. Could this be done this way? Mu Yao's face turned red at a speed visible to the naked eye, and she continued to explain. Other beastmasters cannot give such orders to beast girls, because the binding force of the contract is not enough. But Xiao Fang, your contract makes me feel extremely powerful, maybe it can be done. Fang Cheng touched his chin and said, that makes sense. After speaking, Fang Cheng began to eat faster, and it seemed that he planned to pull Mu Yao to try after he finished eating. Mu Yao couldn't help but feel funny, and reached out to grab Fang Cheng's hand that was eating quickly and said, Xiao Fang, even if I can force the target to hit, shooting still requires bullets. I know, but as long as it can make you evolve quickly, I believe that all my efforts now are worth it. Ms. Mu's hidden evolutionary form is the wood spirit in the giant spirit of the sky abyss, also known as the immortal green deer. Strong vitality is her first characteristic. As long as she evolves successfully, under the constraints of the contract, her strong vitality will feed back to the Beastmaster, and the current deficit will not be made up. After eating, Fang Cheng didn't even wash the dishes. He wanted to take her to experiment. Teacher Mu naturally didn't know Fang Cheng's plan. She just thought that her evolutionary form was still the sickle deer. After much persuasion, she used a cup of tea to stabilize the anxious Fang Cheng and asked him to digest the food first. Doing strenuous exercise right after eating is not good for the stomach. He is a child who knows the taste of marrow and is ignorant. How can I, an adult, be ignorant? Teacher Mu returned to the kitchen to wash the dishes. While washing, Fang Cheng hugged her waist from behind. Through experiments, Teacher Mu's method is indeed feasible and can force Teacher Mu to hit the target. But the problem is also obvious. As she said, even if you can hit the target every time, but shooting requires bullets. Insufficient firepower is a major flaw facing Fang Cheng. Fortunately, his talent is now X level, and he can get 10 taming points at a time. According to the current progress, he can complete the taming points required for evolution in 3 days at most. Time blinked and it was the 3rd day. Under the guidance of Teacher Mew, Fang Cheng lived a very regular life in these 3 days. During the day, he practiced martial arts with her in the park. It was the E-level martial arts book he picked up, called Crazy Swordsmanship. With the blessing of EX level talent, Fang Cheng only used it once to master the essentials of the swordsmanship. He grasped the essence in 1 day, and made some progress after 3 days. It's just that he hasn't taken the star crystal yet, so he can't exert the power of the crazy swordsmanship for the time being. That night, Fang Cheng, who had finished taming, forced himself to take out the star source crystal despite his tired body. Now Teacher Mu's taming value and enlightenment progress are enough. As long as the star source crystal is integrated, the evolution can be completed. Is this a star source crystal? As soon as Teacher Mew opened his eyes, he saw the star source crystal in Fang Cheng's hand. Didn't Xiao Fang say that he had always lived in the slums? How could he have this thing in his hand? Fusion and evolution, Mr. Mew. Isn't this a bit too fast? If the taming value is not enough, it will only waste this hard-earned star source crystal. Xiao Fang, I know you are doing this for my own good, but haste makes waste in this kind of thing. Fang Cheng smiled and said, the taming value is enough, I promise. Except for Fang Cheng, the taming value is just a vague concept for others. It is a kind of energy formed when yin and yang interact. Whether it is the evolution of the beast girl or the future upgrade of her strength, this energy needs to be consumed. But no one knows how much it will cost, because they can't see it, and can only gamble based on experience and feeling. Fang Cheng is different. He has the spiritual pupil that can see through delusion. In his eyes, the taming value is just a string of numbers, just like he can see through stones. He doesn't need to gamble at all. But I still can't. Why, Xiao Fang, I know your talent is definitely not just E-level as others say, because it is impossible for an E-level talent to master E-level martial arts in 3 days without a teacher. And my talent is really only E-level, I can't let you waste a star source crystal because of me. Fang Cheng felt warm in his heart after hearing this, so he decided to tease her. If you don't want to evolve, then why have you cooperated with me to accumulate taming points these days? Are you fulfilling your obligations? No, I cooperated with you because I like you. You may not believe me when I say this, after all, we have known each other for less than a week. I also admit that at the beginning, I was grateful to you. But later, I don't know why, I slowly fell in love with you. You really have to believe me. Since you love me so much, why don't you evolve when I ask you to? Because I don't want to waste your star source crystal, you can leave this star source crystal to a better beast girl. With your talent, I believe that even if you contract an SSS level beast girl, it will not be a problem. Fang Cheng smiled and said, but you are the best beast girl I think. There is no better beast girl in the world than you. Fang Cheng's words made Teacher Mu's eyes mist up. Why should I deserve your efforts for me? My love, you should have a better beast girl. Seeing that Teacher Mew was still hesitating, Fang Cheng directly stuffed the crystal into her hand. Take it and evolve, don't let me give orders. Teacher Mew held the star source crystal tightly, and her watery eyes were full of tenderness. I was born before you were born, and you were born when I was old. Why didn't you let me meet you earlier? What's wrong? Looking at the tears of Teacher Mew, Fang Cheng asked in confusion. Teacher Mew suddenly grabbed Fang Cheng's hand and said, Xiao Fang, why can't I meet you earlier? When I was at my best. Fang Cheng wiped away Teacher Fang's tears and smiled, it's not too late to meet me now. For me, you at this time is the best time. Okay, go to bed first. Tomorrow we will rent an evolution room and strive for success once. Fang Cheng originally wanted to evolve at home, but after thinking about it, he decided to rent an evolution room from the Beast Taming Guild for the sake of safety. Taming points can be accumulated again, but there is really only one star source crystal. Early the next morning, after eating breakfast made by Teacher Mew, the two took a taxi and came to the Beast Taming Guild. There are three major beast-taming guilds in Dragon Country, namely Shuangguang Guild, Shenqi Guild and Lingqi Guild. The one with the best reputation is the Lingqi Guild where Fang Cheng is now. The cyber-style reception hall, with rows of benches for people waiting to do business to rest, and 7 or 8 tall cabinets, is like a bank. Because the two came early, they directly took no. A001 and came to the counter. Hello, I want to rent an evolution room. The young lady at the counter, who was wearing a slim blue vest, habitually glanced at Fang Cheng, and this glance made her infatuated. What a handsome boy, is he a beastmaster? Why haven't I seen him before? The young lady's look made Fang Cheng speechless. Being too charming is also a kind of trouble. Wherever you go, you will attract attention. Seeing that the young lady was infatuated, Fang Cheng had to clear his throat and reminded her, hello, I want to rent an evolution room. Oh, okay. Out of professional habit, the young lady subconsciously looked at the beast girl next to the beastmaster. The handsome boy looked like a student, and the beast girl next to him was quite good looking, but her mature temperament was much older than the handsome boy. If a beast girl like her had good talent, she should have evolved long ago. Why did she come now? And her beastmaster is a student like the handsome boy. Would the handsome boy be deceived by her? Handsome boy, we are currently holding an event, offering a 20% discount on the beast girl talent identification fee. Do you need to identify your beast girl first? No thanks, just rent an evolution room. Handsome boy, you are still a student, right? Just got expelled from school. Expelled from school. Yes, if you don't have talent, just don't embarrass yourself in school. In fact, the guild also has college entrance examination quotas. Fang Cheng interrupted her and said, I think I'm fine the way I am now. Sister, let's get down to business quickly. Well, okay, the evolution room here charges by time, 20,000 Dragon Country coins every 10 minutes. The young lady was a little disappointed. So expensive. Our guild's evolution room can increase the success rate of evolution by 10%. This price is already fair, but I can give you a 20% discount. Is there still a success rate for evolution? Fang Cheng looked at the lady at the counter in confusion. The reason why he brought Teacher Mew here was because he was afraid that the evolution process would be interrupted by an accident. He never thought that he could succeed. Yes, you don't know. Fang Cheng turned around and looked at Teacher Mew, who explained, the higher the talent of the beast girl, the lower the success rate of evolution, but each time the evolution fails, you can add 10% success rate. In other words, the 10th evolution is 100% successful. Has anyone ever succeeded in one try? At this time, the lady at the counter said, yes, but such a lucky person only comes once in a few years. Do you still want to rent the evolution room, handsome boy? Rent, why not? Even if you fail, can't you still get an additional 10%? The young lady completed the formalities for Fang Cheng and handed him a room card. Good luck to you, handsome boy. Fang Cheng took the room card and smiled. It's to wish us good luck. When they arrived at the evolution room, Fang Cheng immediately urged, Teacher Mew, hurry up, the rent here is very expensive. Teacher Mew smiled and said, do you regret it? It's not regret, I just suddenly felt that time is money. Teacher Mew knew that Fang Cheng only had 200,000 in his pocket. Even with a 20% discount, this amount of money could only last for 2.5 hours at most, and this amount of time might not be enough for evolution. So he quickly merged the star source crystal. If he really exceeded the time, the worst that could happen was to sell the house and live in the slums with Xiao Fang. Teacher Mew was thinking about selling the house, but Fang Cheng was thinking about buying on credit. The biggest difference between the Lingqi Guild and the other two guilds is that it is a guild formed by civilians and is not controlled by capital. The original intention of its establishment was to break the monopoly of the oligarchs on the upward channel for the poor. The other two guilds' evolution room rentals all require payment before use. If the time is exceeded and there is no money to renew the fee, it will be he forcefully interrupted the beast girl's evolution without showing any mercy. His approach was no different from those unscrupulous doctors who added extra charges on the operating table. But their success rate is high, which can reach more than 20%. As for the evolution room of the Lingqi Guild, you need to use it first and then pay. To put it bluntly, you can buy on credit. To put it bluntly, those who can come to the Lingqi Guild basically have no money in their pockets. For Feng Cheng, who can pick up money every time he goes out these days, what he wants is not the 10% success rate, but a space isolated from the outside world, to lock in Teacher Mu's evolutionary aura and prevent it from being known by the outside world. As for the success rate, I dare not say that I can succeed 100% with the blessing of Koi fortune, but at least I have a chance. 90%. Teacher Mu is his own beast girl now, so she should be able to be blessed as well. As long as Teacher Mu evolves successfully, she can take the star crystals, and with the strength, she can go to the secret realm to make money to pay off her debts. This is why Feng Cheng dared to buy on credit. While Feng Cheng was daydreaming, Teacher Mu had already turned into a light cocoon, and her body was liquefying and reorganizing in the light cocoon. If he was forcibly interrupted at this time, the lighter ones would fail to evolve, and the heavier ones would die directly. For the guild controlled by the Chable oligarchs, they don't care about the life and death of the beast girls, they only care about making money. As time passed, the light threads on the light cocoon began to peel off, one or two at first, and soon they were like a ball of thread that melted in water. Bang! There was a loud explosion. The emerald green mist instantly swept the entire space, making it all green. In this green, in the bright white area, a four-hoofed creature was quickly taking shape. When the starlight faded, the evolved Teacher Mu appeared in front of him. At this time, she was like a centaur, with a human upper body and a deer lower body. The whole white body was covered with emerald green patterns, which matched her graceful and domineering curves, making her look particularly beautiful. She had a pair of spring branch-shaped horns on her head, and her originally bright-colored long hair had now turned into a waist-length emerald green, including her beautiful eyebrows. Her eyes turned snow white, as if there were no pupils, but they gave people a bright and energetic feeling. Beast Girl, Mu Yao. Owner, Feng Cheng. Age, 36. Strength level, F. Upgrade progress, 0%. Strength, 17. Agility, 28. Spirit, 31. Stamina, 35. Max energy, 20. Beast form, X level Sky Abyss Giant Spirit Wood Spirit. Growth talent, 10 stars. Skills, Thorn Entanglement level 1, Healing level 1. Loyalty, 100. Feedback ratio, 100%. Taming value, 0. Life countdown, 31,785 days. Physical strength dominates vitality and the length of the blood bar. Spirituality dominates energy and the length of the blue bar. After the evolution, Teacher Mu has made great improvements except for the strength attribute. In the future, with each increase in the upgrade progress, the four-dimensional attributes will automatically increase according to this ratio. The benefits of evolving earlier are reflected here. It is worth mentioning that in this world, there is no such thing as a refined baby. As for how many attributes can be increased with each improvement in progress, it depends on the talent of the Beastmaster. In addition, Teacher Mu also gained 2 initial skills, and her lifespan increased by about 40 years. She increased her lifespan by 40 years, and naturally her own lifespan also increased by 40 years. Now she can live at least 100 years old, finally reaching the standard of normal people. Teacher Mu looked at her hands in surprise, then looked back at her body, and suddenly the other party became excited. Xiao Fang, shouldn't my evolved form be a sickle deer? How did I become the legendary giant spirit of the sky and abyss? Feng Cheng smiled and said, didn't I say it a long time ago? Teacher Mu, your talent is beyond your imagination. You didn't believe it at the beginning, but now you should believe me, right? I have a hidden evolution. But don't you need a special item to activate the hidden evolution? We don't seem to have such an item. How did you do it? And the hidden evolution is almost impossible to identify. How did you know it? Of course I have my own tricks. Well, now that the evolution has been successful, are you happy? Are you surprised? Yes, Mu Yao nodded excitedly. She knew that if it weren't for Feng Cheng, she would never have activated the hidden evolutionary form in her life, and she would definitely not know until she died that she still had the hidden evolutionary form. Then again, if she hadn't met Xiao Fang, wouldn't she have died long ago? The day after Feng Cheng took her away from Anil Factory, the equipment for running Anil Factory was repaired. When she learned about this, she felt scared in her heart, but she was also very fortunate to have met Xiao Fang that night. Mu Yao, whose heart was instantly filled with happiness, showed her true feelings and ran over to hug Fang Cheng tightly in her arms. Thank you, my little master. Chapter 11. In her animal form, she was a head taller than Fang Cheng. Although the sticky cantaloupe felt good at this height, if Teacher Mew didn't let go, she would suffocate to death. Fang Cheng had no choice but to pull her hair. Teacher Mew reacted and looked at Fang Cheng in confusion. What's wrong, Xiao Fang? I almost suffocated to death by you. Teacher Mew blushed and said shyly. Sorry, Xiao Fang, I was too excited. It's okay, change back and put on your clothes quickly. Wait a minute, I almost forgot, I still have to perform a little trick for you. Go home and change it. Every minute you stay here costs you 1 more cent. It's too late to go home, so we can only stay here. After saying that, Fang Cheng stretched out his finger and touched Teacher Mew's forehead. With the tip of his finger as the center, a circle of ripples quickly spread out. As the ripples spread on the body, Teacher Mew's form also changed, and he became an A-level exotic beast, the thorn deer. Teacher Mew was surprised again and said, What's going on? I feel like I'm still a giant spirit of the abyss, how come my form has changed to a thorn deer? Dear. Fang Cheng smiled and said, An innocent man is guilty of possessing a treasure. We should also prevent others from being jealous, right? Teacher Mew nodded and quickly changed back to human form. How long have we been here? Fang Cheng thought for a moment and said, About 3 hours. 3 hours, it's okay, we can buy on credit. I returned to the lobby and gave the room card back to the young lady. My handsome boy, your rental time this time is 3 hours and 11 minutes in total. I will give you the decimal point. Adding the 20% discount we agreed on before, your total consumption this time is 288,000. Do you want to pay in cash or by bank transfer? There's no rush for this. I still want to do another talent appraisal for my beast girl. Okay, I'll arrange it for you right away. Appraisal machine number 10 is vacant now, you can go there. Fang Cheng picked up the number plate and went to Teacher Mew for appraisal. On the way, Teacher Mew asked in confusion, Xiao Fang, I have already evolved successfully. Isn't it a waste of money to do another appraisal? Fang Cheng smiled and said, I want to see if my tricks can fool the appraisal machine. What if it doesn't work? Teacher Mew, you are not the type to pour cold water on others. Can you please think positively about everything? Sorry, Xiao Fang, I didn't mean it. Fang Cheng smiled slightly, sent Teacher Mew into the identification instrument, and started the identification. The identification result was not surprising, it was indeed an A-level thorn deer. This result was neither good nor bad, and it did not attract people's attention. The most important thing was that with this result, the Lingqi Guild would give you credit. They were also open for business. As a result, when they saw that you were a person who had no ability to pay back, who would give you credit? Just based on your handsome face. I'm afraid you're overthinking it. Sure enough, when I returned to the counter again, the ladies inside had obviously become more enthusiastic. I didn't expect that, handsome boy, your beast girl is actually a thorn deer with A-level talent. Haha, it's just luck. By the way, beauty, I don't have that much money on me right now, can I buy on credit? Of course, that's no problem. Our monthly interest rate is 1 point. If you pay back within 6 months, there will be no interest. Do you need anything else? For example, buy a combat uniform for your beast girl. Can. Haha, I can tell from the first glance that this handsome boy is a good beastmaster. It's a blessing that your beast girl can follow you. Miss, you can't say that. The relationship between beastmasters and beast girls is like fish and water. They give to each other and grow together. When Fang Cheng came to the equipment area and took a look, he was dumbfounded. Beastmaster is the most profitable profession, but the equipment is too expensive. An F-level combat uniform costs 100,000. One for himself and Teacher Mew, that's 200,000, not counting the weapons. Fang Cheng gritted his teeth and bought one for each of them. After all, they were going to the secret realm soon, and they couldn't do without combat uniforms. He picked up a long sword for weapons, and as for Teacher Mew's. After thinking about it, he decided to buy her a supernatural bow on credit. Strength is not her strong point. The thorn vine entanglement is a control skill, and her fixed as a nurse, the long-range weapon, the supernatural bow, is naturally the most suitable for her. Of course, there is also a long-range weapon, the supernatural rifle, which has the same attack power as the supernatural bow, but it can hit farther. But considering that it doesn't match her image, and she doesn't need to hit very far, she chose the supernatural bow. Fang Cheng used the 200,000 he picked up before and all the spoils to pay off his debts. At the end of the day, he still owed the guild 150,000. When he got home, Fang Cheng took out the star crystal and wanted to try the effect with Teacher Mew. But Teacher Mew blushed and said, "Xiao Fang, why don't we improve the taming degree first, so that taking the star crystal may be more effective?" "Is that so? I remember that the taming degree can only increase the maximum attribute value of each level. Doesn't the effect of taking star crystals depend on my talent? How do you know if you don't try it? What if it helps?" Fang Cheng looked at her suspiciously. Why was Teacher Mew so proactive today? Suddenly a flash of inspiration crossed his mind. Teacher Mew's body had been reorganized today. Could it be that she wanted to? Looking at Teacher Mew's shy look, no matter what her reason was, he couldn't do anything that would spoil the fun at this time. Seeing that Fang Cheng seemed to be still hesitating, Teacher Mew plucked up the courage to hold Fang Cheng's hand. "Please, Xiao Fang." Fang Cheng joked, "Accumulating taming points is the duty of a beastmaster, so please lead the way, teacher." At this time, Teacher Mew's face was so red that blood could drip out, but he still mustered up the courage to lead him into the bedroom. There were indeed great changes in this taming. In addition to the smaller trajectory, what surprised Fang Cheng the most was his own recovery ability. Teacher Mew gave him the return of being a beast girl, not only increasing her health bar, but also having amazing recovery ability. In the past, after hitting the target twice at most, he had to use forced hitting, and after only 3 times at most, he had to give up. But today, he shot 7 times in a row, and every shot hit the 10 rings. If it weren't for being hungry, Fang Cheng felt that he could have shot a few more times. Time passed quickly, and it was evening in the blink of an eye. Fang Cheng, who was about to get something to eat, saw a little blood on the bed sheet. The bloody red color was too eye-catching. When Teacher Mew saw this, he quickly stood in front of Fang Cheng and said, "Xiao Fang, go wash up quickly. I'll clean up here." "Is this the reason why you are so anxious to accumulate taming points?" Teacher Mew nodded shyly. "I just hope to do my best to give you more compensation." What a silly woman. Didn't I say that? I don't care about these things. Besides, what compensation do I need from you? Don't you think I'm an outsider? But I care. Teacher Mew suddenly raised his head, looked at Fang Cheng seriously and said, "Please, can you please make me feel better?" Okay, you clean up, I'll go wash my face. By the way, what are we having for dinner tonight? Sea cucumber and wolfberry again. Of course, it's good for your health. Ah, forget it, as long as you are happy. Mew Yao. The next day Fang Cheng took out the star crystal. Although Teacher Mew was surprised, she did not ask, because Fang Cheng surprised her with so many things. Without considering personal talent, a star crystal of the same level as one's own strength can increase the upgrade progress by 1%, and at the same time increase 10 attributes. These 10 attributes will vary from person to person and are automatically allocated to 4 attributes. The higher the talent of the Beastmaster, the more points he gets. The increase in talent below sea level can be ignored. Starting from sea level, the increase in talent increases by 50% for each upgrade level, and the increase in SSS level talent is 300%, but Fang Cheng's X level talent increases by 500%. For every 1% increase in upgrade progress, Fang Cheng will get 50 more attribute points, and 1 level is 5,000 points. Talent is the king, which is fully reflected here. Without the blessing of external forces, after reaching sea level, people with sea level talent, let alone compared with Fang Cheng, even compared with people like Shen Tujun, are definitely ants. Fang Cheng and Teacher Mew each took 30 star crystals. Fang Cheng's current strength is 390, agility is 450, spirit is 600, physical strength is 380, and maximum energy is 100. Mew Yao's strength is 175, agility is 320, spirit is 425, physical strength is 425, and maximum energy is 200. With their current attributes, it is no problem to go to the F-level secret realm. The two took the city train and came to the Red Maple secret realm outside the city. The so-called secret realm is actually some special spaces brought to this world by Tianyuan. Generally, there are two types. One is eternal and unchanging, just like a normal space. It is inhabited by the natives of Tianyuan and is also called the Exploration Secret Realm by the world. There is also a secret realm that can be refreshed at any time. After being artificially transformed, it has become a copy for people to level up and brush props. According to the difficulty and the props that burst out, it is divided into 9 levels from F to SSS. The higher the level, the greater the difficulty, and the corresponding explosion rate of various crystals is also greater. At the same time, some rare items can only burst out in secret realms of a certain level. For example, the star source crystal used for the evolution of alien beasts has a chance to be dropped only in dungeons above level B. In the secret realms below level E in Dragon Country, they are open to the public for free. Those above level E are not only charged, but some secret realms are even only open to specific groups of people, such as college students, guild members, and the military. There are crowds of people outside the secret realm, and everywhere is looking for teams and recruiting team members. A maximum of 5 beast masters can enter a dungeon at a time. As for beast girls, there is no limit to the number of masters, and those who work alone without masters are counted as one quota. Fang Cheng ignored these people, but when he walked through the crowd, he was greeted with all kinds of looks. Fang Cheng's childish face showed that he was a student, and at this time, the talented students all went to participate in the contract training. Only those who have no talent and are arrogant will come here, wanting to make some achievements with their own strength, and then go back to slap the faces of those who looked down on him in the past. But there are almost no students with this ability. Because everyone present, old and young, is like this. Having been doing dungeons for their entire lives, and still doing F-level dungeons, they have become mentally distorted. When they see a newcomer, the first thing they think of is how to cause trouble for him, under the pretext of teaching him a lesson. Fang Cheng doesn't know this, because schools don't teach these things at all. But Mu Yao knows. On the way here, Teacher Mu had already popularized this knowledge with Fang Cheng. Although the authorities have designed protection measures in the dungeon, which can forcibly teleport out of the dungeon when the health is low. But even so, many people die in the dungeon every year, and most of them die when good items are dropped. Those old hands who have been doing F-level dungeons for their entire lives have already figured out the mechanism of the dungeon, and they have plenty of ways to kill people and plunder in it. My dear brother, our team is only short of a beastmaster. You can start the race as soon as you get the horses. It will be absolutely fair to divide the spoils equally. Do you want to consider it? An old man suddenly stood in front of Fang Cheng, with a smile on his face that was more warm and simple than that of a farmer. Fang Cheng glanced at him. What a guy, he is so old at only 32 years old. He is also dark and thin, with E-level talent and E-level strength. The Beast Girl actually signed 4 contracts, and there are 344 days left in the countdown of his life. No wonder he is thin and old. It turns out that he was all squeezed by the Beast Girl. He has less than a year to live, and instead of staying at home to enjoy his old age, he is still thinking about harming people here. Such a person really deserves to die. Fang Cheng ignored him, and someone else came over and said, My dear brother, you just graduated from school, and you can tell you have no experience at first glance. But you were right not to agree to that old man Wang. He said that he lacks a beastmaster from you, but in fact, the team is full of his people. But we are different. We all have one beastmaster with one beast girl to ensure fairness and justice. Fang Cheng still didn't say a word, but just glanced at him and passed by with Mu Yao. It's not that Fang Cheng is aloof, but this kind of person, once you talk to him, he will talk to you endlessly until you agree to team up with him. As soon as Fang Cheng left, the short-lived ghost named Wang Laopauzi came up and smiled at the man just now. Lu Pai Yanzi, you ruined my show, but you didn't get any meat. Wang Laopauzi, are you trying to rip off my platform? That kid must have just been in school and was really angry. Why is he pretending? I don't believe that kid can do it alone. When he can't do it anymore, we'll know how good we are. In front of the copy is a circular space gate, like a blue vortex. Xiao Fang, we have to go there to register and get the scorecard first. The scorecard is equivalent to the identity card or license of the Beastmaster. With this thing, there will be a record of the official record, which is connected to the global network and can be checked at will. In the future, whether it is to take the entrance exam, join the union or join the military, personal record is an important reference data for employers, and it is also the only condition for special recruitment. After all, a person's combat effectiveness, in addition to strength, personal combat skills and experience are also very important. This is also another way for the Dragon Country officials to rise for those who were eliminated in the first batch, which is roughly equivalent to the adult college entrance examination in the previous life. As for those who were not eliminated, the scorecard was naturally issued together with the combat uniforms provided by the official for free. Now they are learning various combat skills under the leadership of the instructors, and going to the wild to earn points in an organized manner, and there are even free star crystals to be collected. The place to collect the scorecard is at the entrance of the copy, a bit like the ticket office at the entrance of the park, a 1-meter-high counter with a glass blocking it. If you want to talk to the person who comes in front of you, there is only the gap under the glass. For the 1-meter-high counter, you can only talk to the person who wants to talk to you. People outside can only stand or sit, or half squat. After recording personal information through the identification device and paying the so-called handling fee of 2,000 yuan, you can successfully get the badge, which is actually a string of ID, just like a social security card, which can be directly bound to the bracelet. Teacher Mew, can we go in now? Fang Cheng looked at the space door, but he was wondering in his heart, there should be many people brushing the dungeon, why is there no one going in and out from there? Teacher Mew smiled gently and said, not that way, follow me this way. Teacher Mew pulled Fang Cheng to a teleportation array and stood still, and used the bracelet bound to the scorecard to activate the teleportation array, and they arrived at the secret realm in a flash. In front of them was a red maple forest with beautiful scenery. If it weren't for the roars of strange beasts from time to time, this would definitely be a good place for an outing and vacation. Teacher Mew beside him opened a laser map on the bracelet, which was full of marks. What is this? Fang Cheng asked curiously. Teacher Mew smiled and said, this is the guide I made when I was young. Look, I have marked the places where the strange beasts appear and the best routes. We will follow this route later. When you were young, Teacher Mew, are you saying you are old now? The children are so big now, how can they not grow old? How about we make a bet? I bet that if you tell people you are 20 years old, people will believe you. Do you want to bet? Teacher Mew chuckled and said, I won't bet with you. Let's go quickly. The shorter the time it takes to pass the level, the higher the points will be. Teacher Mew turned into a thorn deer, and the other party said, come on, I will carry you, and we will go faster. Fang Cheng didn't hesitate and rode on it. Running on 4 legs was indeed much faster than running on 2 legs. In a blink of an eye, 3 strange beasts appeared in front of him. F-level corpse antelope, strength 80, agility 130, spirit 100, physical strength 230, weak point neck, 80% chance of delivering a critical hit. It turns out that the delusion-breaking spiritual pupil can also see the opponent's weaknesses. This is a new discovery. Teacher Mew first brought one over to practice. I obey your command. Teacher Mew pulled the bow of the supernatural power, and a green arrow of light was automatically formed when the bow was drawn. He aimed at a corpse-transformed antelope and shot it over with a whoosh. It shattered directly on its forehead with a snap. The force of the arrow directly hit the corpse-transformed antelope's head and it subconsciously let out a scream. It was furious and turned around to see the culprit, Teacher Mew, in the distance. It rushed over with its teeth bared. As it ran, the arrow hole on its forehead was still bleeding. When it was less than 10 meters away, Fang Cheng rushed over with a knife and aimed at its neck and slashed it. The E-level sword was very smooth, just like the head of the antelope was chopped off like tofu. That's it, Teacher Mew explained, this is just an ordinary monster guarding the gate. Elite monsters are harder to beat. Fang Cheng looked at the remaining 2 corpse-transformed antelopes. They all had the same attributes, and there were no elite monsters. He simply rushed up. With 2 slashes of the knife, the opponent fell to the ground before he could react. At this time, Teacher Mew behind him suddenly screamed, Xiao Fang, look, the monster we just killed exploded a star crystal. Teacher Mew ran over with a star crystal in his hand, like showing off a treasure, and handed it to Fang Cheng. Fang Cheng smiled and said, "Isn't it just an F-level star crystal? What's so strange about this? This is not surprising. Ordinary monsters will not drop star crystals. Only elite monsters have a very small chance of dropping star crystals. Although the final big boss will definitely drop star crystals, there are only one or two. Maybe it's my luck." "That's true, but your luck is too good. The first exotic beast dropped star crystals. The remaining two corpse-transformed antelopes disappeared with a puff of black smoke. No star crystals were released, but a pair of antelope horns were left behind. This was the trophy, and it was also the main output of this dungeon. It could be sold to the guild or the beast store. It was the lowest level trophy. But it was the main income for those people outside who were brushing this dungeon." Teacher Mew put away the antelope horns and carried Fang Cheng forward again. Fang Cheng rushed over to kill the strange beasts he encountered along the way. After he got a feel for it, he started to kill the monsters in groups. After Teacher Mew released the thorn vines to entangle the strange beasts, those monsters were basically destined to be slaughtered. Even if the so-called elite monsters appeared, it was the same. Anyway, Fang Cheng felt that there was no pressure at all to brush this dungeon alone. It would take at least 3 hours to complete the journey, but Teacher Mew carried Fang Cheng on his back and saw the final big boss in less than an hour and a half. Teacher Mew used a thorn vine to entangle the boss and Fang Cheng rushed up to chop him. With the crazy sword technique and the current physical attributes, it was not difficult to fight even without Teacher Mew's thorn vines. But this was not to save time. When the boss died, 6 F-level star crystals and a pair of antelope king horns dropped. After this trip, he got 8 star crystals, and the other income was about 30,000 Dragon Country coins. After passing through the space gate and returning to the transmission platform again, he heard someone say, "Brother, you came out so soon. This dungeon is not easy to play, right?" Fang Cheng looked in the direction of the voice and saw that it was the Lu Pai Yanzi from before. Fang Cheng was too lazy to pay attention to him and pulled Teacher Mew into the dungeon again. This time they came out faster and cleared the level in less than an hour. This time someone called him again. In this place, in addition to people who play dungeons, there are also people doing business, such as this person now. "My dear brother, you can't pass the level just by persuading others. I have a secret to pass the level. Would you like to know it?" "Not interested in." "What about the medicine? I have both healing and psychiatric medicines." "Don't worry, I will only charge a nominal fee. I guarantee it's fair." Potion. Fang Cheng knew about potions, but he had forgotten them long ago. Even if he remembered them now, it seemed that he didn't need them anymore. With the powerful recovery ability of Tianyuan Giant Spirit, why would I need potions? The other party immediately became interested when he heard it, and said with a smile, "Little brother, you didn't forget to bring potions, no wonder you come out faster and faster each time." "Sorry to disappoint you, I don't need this thing at all." "Not necessary." The man subconsciously looked at Mu Yao. "Is your beast girl a healing beast girl? Then you need the mental potion, right?" Fang Cheng was too lazy to talk nonsense, and pulled Teacher Mew into the dungeon again. Although Fang Cheng had mastered the crazy sword technique to a small extent, it was only a matter of the brain, and his hands, feet and body movements might not be able to keep up. In simple terms, he lacked practical experience. And actual combat is undoubtedly the best teacher. Others play dungeons for money, and of course Fang Cheng is also short of money now, but what he cares more about now is to use this dungeon to hone his combat skills. "What's wrong, Lao Chen? Didn't you make the deal today?" "Haha, I'm unlucky to meet a stubborn donkey. How about you, Wang Lao Paozi? How many people have you harmed today?" "Just like you, I'm waiting for that guy to hit a wall." "Don't wait, old man Wang. That guy is my type." "Lu Pai Yanzi, are you eating shit or drinking urine? Why did that guy become your cup of tea?" "Since I'm guarding here first, there has to be a first come, first served order, right? I mean, aren't you two doing this for money? Instead of just waiting here, why not go in and play a few secret realms first, and earn some money, right?" "Lao Chen, aren't you talking nonsense? The little money we spent is not enough to buy medicine. I say, Lao Chen, don't just talk about me and Wang Laopaozi, why don't you go yourself? Hee, just like you, the money I earned from the secret realm is not enough for me to buy medicine. Just as they were chatting, Fang Cheng and Teacher Mew came out again, and this time it took even less time, less than half an hour. Without waiting for them to speak, Fang Cheng pulled Teacher Mew into the dungeon again. The time was fixed at about half an hour, and the two would come out once and then enter the dungeon again. After going back and forth 6 or 7 times, the people outside were dumbfounded. They had seen stubborn people but not such a stubborn one. Was this silly boy completely against the secret realm? At this time, Fang Cheng took Teacher Mew down the teleportation platform. Xiao Fang is not going to continue. It's boring. Let's go to the E-level secret realm tomorrow. Well, that's fine. Fang Cheng led Teacher Mew through the crowd, and the people behind him looked at each other. What did that guy just say? It's boring. We're going to the E-level dungeon tomorrow. I think that guy is crazy. Wait, did you notice something strange about them? What's strange? I don't see what's strange. Clean. Didn't you notice that they were both very clean? Take you for example, Wang Lao Paozi. Don't even mention that you went in and brushed your clothes 5 or 6 times. How could you be as clean as them even if you brushed your clothes once? Tisk, I'm lucky I didn't die in there. After saying that, the others also reacted. Could it be that some gifted kid from some academy came here on purpose to fry fish? Is that right? There is an information board over there. Just go over and take a look and you will know. A huge group of people gathered in front of the information board. Everyone's record of clearing the secret realm and basic information would be displayed here. Although they didn't know Fang Cheng, they still found him at a glance. The reason was simple. Since some people were born, there has never been a team that can clear the secret realm 10 times a day, let alone a single person. The first time was less than an hour and a half, and the secret realm management system gave an A-level record. The second time was less than an hour, and the record evaluation was S-level. The third time was SS level, and all the subsequent ones were the highest SSS level. Today I was really enlightened. One person actually received SSS level evaluation 6 times in a row. Is this true? Could the official system have made a mistake? Do you think the official system can go wrong? Have you ever seen such a fierce person? No, I have been guarding here for nearly 20 years, and I have only seen S-level people a few times. They were students from the Martial Arts Academy, and their strength was E-level. They came here to fry fish. Look at the introduction of that guy just now, that guy's strength is really F-level. Really, they were all authenticated by an identification instrument, how could they be fake? It's strange. Look at that kid's talent level. What does the question mark after the E mean? Question mark. It really is a question mark, is it garbled? At the same time, far away at the headquarters of the 3 major guilds, Fang Cheng's performance directly triggered the early warning mechanism of the 3 major guilds. With Fang Cheng's level of strength, he has obtained 6 SSS level clearance evaluations in a row, which is simply unheard of. But soon some people discovered the secret. The A-level beast girl is 36 years old. With the help of such a beast girl, it doesn't seem to be very difficult to achieve such results. As for why Fang Cheng's talent is garbled, it is normal for the identification machine to malfunction in a small place like Yucheng. Just when everyone thought it was normal, someone found a clue from it. At the headquarters of Lingqi Guild, the annual performance conference has been adjourned. The performance of Yucheng Guild this year is still at the bottom of the car. As the president of Yucheng branch, Wu Zhong is still at the end. Because he is close to the back door, he was the first to leave after the conference. In fact, he couldn't afford to lose that person. Old Wu, why do you always come out so early for every meeting? Tell me your tricks. Shi Gang, the president of the Yucheng branch, and Wu Zhong were alumni in college. Wu Zhong was their dormitory leader and the most promising beastmaster among them. After graduation, Shi Gang followed the arrangement of the college and went to Yucheng, a first-tier city. Wu Zhong refused the arrangement of the college and insisted on returning to his hometown of Yucheng. Decades have passed, and now both of them have become branch presidents of the Lingqi Guild. However, at the annual performance meeting, the Yucheng branch where Shi Gang is located always takes the first place. And the Yucheng branch where Wu Zhong is located always takes the last place. The two brothers meet once a year, and every year when they meet, Shi Gang jokes with him about this. Get lost. Wu Zhong glared at Shi Gang when he heard his ridicule. Okay, I'll just go away, isn't it okay? But you can't miss the party tonight, it's just our brothers from the original dormitory 8848, no one else. After saying that, Shi Gang patted Wu Zhong's shoulder heavily and pointed his finger, waiting for you. Wu Zhong raised his foot and kicked the guy's butt, but Shi Gang was well prepared. Not only did he not get kicked, he also said sarcastically, "Squeak, squeak, squeak, old Wu has been drained dry by your sister-in-law over the years, right? Look at your legs and feet, they are not very flexible." Wu Zhong pretended to chase him, but Shi Gang ran away as soon as he saw him. Wu Zhong returned to the guild guesthouse, and when he entered the door, he saw his wife and laughed. Why did Shi Gang make fun of me again today? His wife is also his beast girl, named Tang Li. She was the school belle of their college back then. She doesn't love money or power, but only loves Wu Zhong, a big head with a single-minded mind. How do you know? Wu Zhong asked habitually. Tang Li smiled slightly, pointed at his face and said, "It's all written on his face. Anyone who is not blind can see it." After that, she took out a tablet and handed it to Wu Zhong. "Take a look at this, maybe next year, he will make you proud." Wu Zhong subconsciously took the tablet and took a look at it, and immediately exclaimed, "F-level secret realm, 6 consecutive SSS level clearance evaluations, is this true or false?" Tang Li smiled and said, "Can the official data be false?" Wu Zhong carefully looked at the information above, and suddenly flicked the tablet with a disappointed look on his face. A 36-year-old A-level beast girl is obviously a second-generation ancestor. It's not surprising that he has such a beast girl to help him and get such results. You were wrong. I just asked Yucheng about it. This little guy named Fang Cheng is not some second-generation rich kid. The 36-year-old beast girl successfully evolved with his help just the day before yesterday. What does this prove? What? Tang Li rolled her eyes at him. This shows that the beast girl was not favored by others before she met that little guy. Hearing this, Wu Zhong also reacted. In a small place like Yucheng, let alone A-level beast girls, even C-level ones can't be 36 years old and still can't find their own beastmaster. So Wu Zhong immediately said excitedly, "Does this mean that the boy has a good eye for talent?" No, it could also be that the blind cat bumped into a dead mouse. You are the dead rat. That beast girl just evolved successfully the day before yesterday, which means she is still an F-level rookie. 2 F-level rookies were able to obtain SSS level clearance evaluations for 6 consecutive times on the second day. How could he encounter dead rats 6 times in a row? But that kid's talent is only E-level, don't you find it strange? Is it E-level? If you look carefully, it's just a garbled code. You also know that the identification instruments in our Yucheng are all antiques from more than 10 years ago. Wu Zhong listened to his wife's analysis, and his heart became more and more excited. If Yucheng really had such a genius, he would recruit him into the Lingqi Guild even if he risked his life. Not to mention that he would be able to hold his head high at next year's performance conference, but he would never let that kid fall into the hands of the other 2 guilds. The Lingqi Guild was already struggling under the attack of the other 2 guilds. If they were allowed to add another general, the days of the Lingqi Guild would be even more difficult. No, I have to go back and see that guy with my own eyes. Wait a minute. Tang Li stopped Wu Zhong and said, "Are you not going to attend the class reunion tonight? People have called me to get together with you." Then I won't go. It's already this late. Who has the mood to drink? You have to go. No matter how urgent it is, you can't afford to miss one night. Which one of Shi Gang's talents was bad? Shuangguang Guild and Shenqi Guild wanted to recruit them, so why didn't they go? Isn't it because you chose Lingqi Guild? They really treat you as a brother and don't want to be embarrassed when they meet in the future. Why don't you understand? Wu Zhong, who knew he was in the wrong, said angrily, "Then why don't I go?" No, put on this dress first. I just bought it for you. No need to dress so formally, right? It's not about being formal or not. Just look at the clothes you're wearing now. If you say you're the leader of the scavenging team, people will believe it. If Shi Gang and his group saw this, I don't know what they would do to me. Fang Cheng and Teacher Mu came to the Lingqi Guild again. Coincidentally, the one who received them this time was the same young lady from last time. "Hey, handsome boy, what do you want to buy on credit from your beast girl today? We are not buying on credit today. We are here to pay you back. After saying that, Fang Cheng took out all the spoils from the bracelet and piled them up in front of the young lady like a grave. Wow, so many loots. Did you go robbing yesterday? Wow, there are even quartz crystals. The young lady dug out a piece of black crystal from a pile of antelope horns and said, this is a rare item. The drop rate in an F-level dungeon is less than 1 in 10,000. Handsome boy, your luck is too good, isn't it? That beauty. Wait a minute, my name is Lan Xiao. Although I like it if you call me beautiful, I prefer to hear you call me by my name. Okay, Miss Lan. What is Sister Lan? Will you call someone? How about I call you Sister Xiao? Bah, you are the lady, handsome boy, can't you just call me Sister Shaolin? Since she gave him 20% discount when selling things, Fang Cheng endured it. Sister Shaolin, could you please hurry up? We are in a hurry. No problem, little brother, please wait in the lounge with your beast mother. I will call someone to help me count. Don't worry, our Lingqi Guild is absolutely trustworthy and will not charge you a penny less. Fang Cheng still trusted the reputation of Lingqi Guild. So he went to the lounge with Teacher Mu to drink tea. However, the next moment, the quartz crystal was in Wu Zong's hand. See, I said that guy was just lucky. He even picked up such a hard-to-drop quartz crystal. Now you believe I didn't lie to you, right? In the president's office, besides Wu Zhong, sitting opposite him were Shi Gang, Lu Ru and Yan Hong. They were all brothers in the same dormitory before, and now they have become branch presidents of a region. Today, Shi Gang and the other three are here to snatch people. Many people in the three major guilds know that Fang Cheng has won 6 SSS level clearance evaluations in a row. But when you see that his beast girl is A level, and she is 36 years old, and she only cleared F level dungeons, it's no surprise that he is leading the younger ones. The reason why Shi Gang, Lu Ru and Yan Hong came to fight with Wu Zhong was the only one who could be blamed for the fact that Fang Cheng was robbed. He got drunk at the party and took advantage of the alcohol to tell his wife's analysis. The 36-year-old A-level beast girl was not one to be underestimated. She had just evolved the day before Fang Cheng entered the F-level secret realm. Like Fang Cheng, her strength level was F-level. The most important thing was Fang Cheng's talent identification. The reason why it appeared in garbled characters was because Yu Cheng's identification instruments were all old machines from decades ago. If they were replaced with a new generation of identification instruments, what would his talent be? The first letter of the talent level is E. What else can it be except X level? EX level talent is a new talent that has only been discovered in recent years and is also called the ultimate talent. A beastmaster with this talent said that he could see the hidden evolutionary form of the beast girl, and no one would find it strange. So they came overnight to rob people. After Tang Li knew about this, she rolled her eyes at Wu Zhong. According to what you said, Lao Wu, it seems that the boy is really just lucky. In this case, I take him to Yucheng, you should have no objection, right, Lao Wu? After Shi Gang finished speaking, Lu Ru said unhappily, take that boy to Yucheng. Lao San, have you asked me? Second brother, third brother, stop arguing. I think that boy is meant to be with me, so it's better for him to go to Yancheng with me. Get lost, you shameless thing, Shi Gang and Lu Ru said in unison. Yan Hong said angrily, are you guys bullying me? Do you really think I'm easy to bully? So what if I bully you? Shut up, all of you. Tang Li suddenly appeared at the door, looking at the people who were quarreling in a mess with a bad temper. Hey, sister-in-law, why are you here? Shi Gang asked knowingly. Tang Li glared at him. If I don't come, the cooked duck will fly away. Then she glared at Wu Zhong fiercely. It was all this guy who caused the trouble. If it weren't for his big mouth, there wouldn't be these bad things now. Get out of my way. Tang Li pushed Wu Zhong in anger, drove him out from behind the desk, and sat behind the desk herself. Wu Zhong knew he was in the wrong, so he stood behind her obediently, like a quail. When the others saw Tang Li coming, they also behaved obediently. Who said this was the girl that everyone had chased after all those years? Shi Gang, Lu Ru, and Yan Hong. I don't need to tell you how Brother Wu has been doing these years, I believe you all know, and I don't need to say how Brother Wu treated you back then, I believe I don't need to say more. Now that Yucheng has finally found a good seedling, you come here to snatch it from him. Can you live with your conscience? When they were in the academy before, whenever they were bullied, Wu Zhong always stood up for them. Whenever they had a fight, Wu Zhong would always cover their backs. When they had no money to eat, Wu Zhong would always help them, but Wu Zhong was the poorest among them, and he was also an orphan. 5 are homophones, and Shigang and the others always called Wu Zhong, Old Wu. If they didn't know, they would think that Wu Zhong was the youngest. In fact, it was just a joke. In their hearts, they had already regarded him as the eldest brother. The reason why everyone tacitly joined the Lingqi Guild after graduation was because the second, third and fourth brothers knew that it was the Lingqi Guild that funded Old Wu's studies. With Old Wu's personality, he would definitely join the Lingqi Guild. After joining the Lingqi Guild, because Old Wu was too straightforward, whenever there were good seedlings in Yucheng, they were snatched away by the other two guilds, resulting in the performance of Old Wu's guild being at the bottom year after year over the years. But even so, Wu Zhong never reached out to them. Tang Li saw that the three were speechless because of his question, and a smug look flashed in his eyes. Everyone is busy. Since there is nothing to say, let's go. Alas, Shigang stood up and sighed. That was an EX level talent, such a good seedling, and he was gone just like that. He was really unwilling to see it go. Seeing that Shigang had left, the others felt embarrassed to sit here any longer, so they all stood up and said goodbye to Tang Li. At this time Tang Li suddenly said, "Wait a minute, regarding the matter of that kid, I hope everyone will keep their mouths shut, don't be like my wife, who drinks a few cups of horse urine and says everything. Don't worry, sister-in-law, we won't tell anyone about this even if you kill us." Looking at the backs of the three people leaving, Wu Zhong gave Tang Li a thumbs up with admiration and said, "Wife, I still have to rely on you at the critical moment. You dealt with these guys in just a few words." Tang Li glared at him unhappily. "How dare you say that? If you weren't such a big mouth and told everyone everywhere, would this have happened?" Yes, my wife is right. I promise I will never do it again." Tang Li sighed. "Although I fooled Shigang and the others, I still don't know whether that boy's talent is X level. This is easy. I have brought back a new identification instrument. Just test it on that kid and we'll know. Take a test. By the time you get the result, everyone in the world will know about it. Will you still have a share? What do you think we should do, wife?" Tang Li thought for a moment and said, "We must test it, but we can't use the identification instrument." How to measure without an identification instrument? Leave this to me, don't worry about it. In the lounge, Teacher Mu leaned on Fang Cheng's shoulder and watched the news with him. Teacher Mu didn't like watching the news, she liked to follow TV series, but Fang Cheng liked to watch it. However, Teacher Mu would not be bored. Being with her beloved, even if she was just in a daze, her heart would be as sweet as eating honey. What's more, she had a little secret, that is, the smell of Fang Cheng's body was like catnip to her, which made her so obsessed. If possible, she could smell it like this for the rest of her life. At this time, footsteps were heard outside the door. Teacher Mu sat up quickly, combed the hair by her ears in panic, and sat next to Fang Cheng in an orderly manner. Lan Xiao opened the door of the lounge, and a very elegant lady came in. It was Tang Li. "I'm sorry to have kept you waiting for so long." Tang Li smiled slightly, expressing her apology without sounding artificial. Fang Cheng smiled and said, "It's okay, we didn't wait long." Then Tang Li put the tablet computer in her hand on the coffee table and gently pushed it in front of the two of them. "According to our inventory, the total value of the goods you brought this time is 238,600 yuan. Minus the 150,000 yuan you owed last time, there are still 88,600 yuan left. How about making it a total of 90,000 for you?" Teacher Mu had estimated the price of these spoils in advance, and the price offered by the Lingqi Guild was much higher. Fang Cheng glanced at the tablet computer on the table and said, "Aren't you at a loss in this case?" Tang Li smiled and said, "Just think of it as making friends. I also hope that in the future, you will try to choose to trade your spoils with our Lingqi Guild, and guarantee a fair price. Don't worry, I will definitely give priority to you next time." After Tang Li transferred the money to Fang Cheng, he seemed to suddenly remember something and said, "By the way, you two, our Lingqi Guild is holding a competition recently. The first prize is a B-level supernatural crystal. I wonder if you two are interested in participating. Power crystals. Power crystals are divided into 7 levels from D to SSS. The reason why they start from level B is that only secret realms above level B or wild bosses above level B can drop this item. It allows the Beastmaster to randomly obtain a power with a certain probability. The higher the level of the power crystal, the greater the probability of obtaining a power after using it. Xiao Fang, are you really going to participate in that competition? Outside the Lingqi Guild, Teacher Mu held Fang Cheng's arm and walked on the street like an ordinary couple. Why not? We are going to play the E-level dungeon anyway, and we can also participate in their rookie competition. If we win, we can get a supernatural crystal. It's a win-win for us. But this dungeon is different. It is a large secret realm within the guild, which can be participated by many people at the same time. I am worried that you will be in danger. Fang Cheng smiled slightly. Do you know what I just saw in the news? Teacher Mu looked at him in confusion, and Fang Cheng continued. The Tianyuan League, which is held every 4 years, has begun. Really? Why do I feel like the last league just ended yesterday, but I didn't expect the next one to start again? But Xiao Fang, what does this have to do with our participation in the Lingqi Guild competition? Fang Cheng smiled and said, have you ever participated in any competitions? Teacher Mu shook his head and said, I didn't have much talent before. Apart from working, I was taking care of the children. Let alone participating in competitions, I rarely had time to watch these competitions. I haven't participated in it, nor have I seen it, so we have to gain more experience. The original owner's mind was all on Suyaki, and there was only Suyaki in his world. Although he is from this world, he knows very little about this world. Fang Cheng now likes to watch the news, which is actually to make up for the lessons missed by the original owner. Teacher Mu nodded habitually, and then reacted and asked, do you want to participate in the Tianyuan League? Fang Cheng smiled and said, if you were just an A-level beast girl and I was only an E-level beastmaster, I would definitely not think too much about such a competition, but now it's different. Your talent and mine have reached the pinnacle. Wouldn't it be a waste if we don't go to the Tianyuan secret realm to take a look? But that is the strongest world-class competition, are we qualified to participate? If the next class doesn't work, we'll try the next one, and if the next class doesn't work, we'll try the next one. As long as we keep working towards that direction, we'll have the qualification one day. Teacher Mu thought for a moment and said, will that make life too tiring? Fang Cheng was stunned for a moment, then asked, what is your ideal? Me, my biggest dream now is to be with you forever. If possible, I can open my own small clinic. I will be satisfied. Isn't this ideal too small? Yes, I can't catch up with you. You have to win glory for the country. Fang Cheng laughed and said, do you know? Just now, the news said that in this Tianyuan League, 10 countries including Plaster Country, Sour Cabbage Country, West Coast Federation and others have formed an alliance and want to eliminate our Dragon Country in the first stage. What's so strange about this? Isn't it the same in every competition? The result is that the ideal is full, but the reality is very skinny. Is it like this every time? Then what place does our Dragon Country always get? The best result seems to be 3rd place, but as our Dragon Country's national strength grows day by day, one day we will take 1st place. You said that if our Dragon Country won the 1st place, you and I could participate, what a blessing it would be. Teacher Mu's eyes flickered, and she chuckled and said, okay, let's work hard together. Because he had to participate in the newcomer competition of the Lingqi Guild tomorrow, Fang Cheng, who had originally planned to go to the E-level dungeon, changed his schedule and went home with Mu Yao. He took out the star crystal and shared half with Teacher Mu. They took the star crystal to improve their strength and prepare for tomorrow's competition. Xiao Fang, our taming value is not high now. If we take so many star crystals rashly, once we break through to E-level, our strength will be greatly affected. The reason why Teacher Mu was worried that the two would break through rashly was because she could not see the progress of the upgrade. If you advance rashly without enough taming, the upper limit of star crystals will be lowered. 1 star crystal of the same level can allow a talented EX level Beastmaster and Beast Girl to gain 50 attributes. Once the upper limit of star crystals is lowered, it is equivalent to lowering the strength that can be obtained by 1 stage. Before, he and Teacher Mew each took 30 star crystals, and now each of them has 7. The total upgrade progress is only 37%. How can this be achieved? It's okay, I know what I'm doing. Just eat these 7-star crystals boldly. Teacher Mew hesitated for a moment, and said shyly, to be on the safe side, why don't we increase the domestication value first? This is indeed a slow and steady job. Rich people can eat 100-star crystals in a day, but they can't save up all the domestication points in a day. Seeing Fang Cheng didn't speak, Teacher Mew's heart tightened, and he said timidly, do you think I am? Fang Cheng found Teacher Mew's shy look funny, and couldn't help but teasing. Understand, isn't that an old saying? Women are like wolves at 30 and tigers at 40. Teacher Mew is exactly at the age of being like a wolf and a tiger, so I understand. Mew Yao blushed instantly when she heard this, and she grabbed Fang Cheng's hand and explained shyly, no, I really just want to be safe. Fang Cheng laughed, hugged her from behind, and said softly with his head on her shoulder. I know that domestication value cannot be achieved overnight, but needs long-term accumulation, so I decided that from today on, I will make accumulating domestication value a compulsory course for us every day. Ah, can you bear it? No, I mean, okay, you are my beast girl now, and the feedback you give me is the ultimate recovery, so you don't have to worry about my body at all. Fang Cheng did not give Teacher Mew a chance to explain, and pushed her into the bedroom. It was already afternoon when Fang Cheng woke up, and the room was ablaze with red after the setting sun. The sudden smell of food made Fang Cheng's stomach growl. When he came to the living room, Mew Yao had already prepared dinner and placed it on the dining table with a plate on it. She was sitting on the sofa, checking something on her bracelet. Seeing Fang Cheng, Teacher Mew quickly turned off the holographic panel on the bracelet, stood up and said, Xiao Fang, you're awake. Dinner is ready. There's your favorite mutton soup. What were you doing just now? Nothing, just looking up some information on the internet. About this newcomer competition. How do you know? I'm just guessing. Teacher Mew laughed, pulled out a chair for Fang Cheng, and said, I just want to make some strategies at the last minute. By the way, there are more than 200 people participating in the competition, and their strength is better than ours. Fang Cheng sat down at the table, took the bowl and chopsticks handed to him by Teacher Mew, and said, since it's a competition for newcomers, the highest score should not be as high as B level, right? No, if it was the newcomer competition held by the other 2 guilds, there might be D-level beastmasters participating, but the newcomer competition of Lingqi Guild is all E-level beastmasters, except us. By the way, I also found the map of the secret realm of this competition, do you want to take a look? Okay, but we have to eat first. At the Lingqi Guild, Wu Zhong was looking at the list of participants and was still worried about the lack of beast tamers above level D participating. At this time, Tang Li walked into his office, rolled her eyes at him and said, are you still worried about the participants this time? How do you know? Wu Zhong looked at his wife in confusion. Tang Li said unhappily, look at your lack of ability. Everything is written on your face. How could I not know? Wu Zhong was speechless for a moment, then changed the subject and said, by the way, are you sure that Fang Cheng will participate? Anyway, I have brought the message, but I cannot guarantee whether he will attend or not. After Tang Li finished speaking, she saw that Wu Zhong ignored her, and asked curiously, what's wrong? Do you think Fang Cheng's talent is X level? Just look at his performance in the arena, and you'll know. Besides, even if he's not EX level, his talent is at least S level, so we won't lose out no matter how we calculate it. But you just said that he might not attend. Tang Li was stunned, and then said unhappily, you are so good, Wu, I used to see you as honest and loyal, but after just a few years, you have started to trick me. Wu Zhong smiled foolishly. Isn't this all because of what you taught me, my wife? I didn't teach you this. You may not have taught me, but being with you every day, even a pig would have developed some intelligence. Seeing him compare himself to a pig, Tang Li rolled his eyes in satisfaction. If that guy has X-level talent, with just him, all the losses over the years can be recovered with interest. Wife, your analogy is inappropriate. We have been suppressed by the Shinqi Guild and the Shuangguang Guild for so many years. As long as we have Fang Cheng, we can be proud of ourselves. Isn't that the same meaning? You are doing business. If that guy comes to our guild, he will be a partner and brother. How can we measure him by business? Tang Li looked at Wu Zhang in confusion. I didn't expect you to be so stupid, but you are getting better and better at talking. Isn't this all my wife's teaching? Wu Zhang finished joking and then said seriously, if that kid really has X-level talent, how sure are you that he can join our guild? Tang Li thought for a while and said, based on the current situation, the kid has a good impression of our guild. And from my observation, although he was born in a poor family, he can stick to his original intention once he gets the upper hand, unlike some people who become ruthless once they know that they have awakened high-level talents. I think there should be a 60% chance that he can join our guild. How come it's only 60%? What about the other 40%? Are you still not happy with 60%? If that kid really awakens an EX-level talent, and we don't seize the opportunity, he will cry to death. Tang Li smiled slightly. The other 40%, it depends on whether the price we offer can make him interested. Why is it this matter of interests again? Nonsense. Although we talk about money and feelings, people have to eat, drink, defecate and urinate. Who will do it with you if there is no benefit? Even if we talk about feelings, do we have feelings for that boy now? Wu Zhang was speechless, thought for a while and said, how about this, as long as we have it, he can give it to him. So generous. Money is something outside of the body, you can't bring it with you when you are born, and you can't take it with you when you die. And didn't you also say that? That kid is not a bad person, I believe he won't do such a thing, but if I really miss a good seedling with EX-level talent, I will definitely regret it for the rest of my life. The next morning, the hall of the Spiritual Contract Guild was as busy as a market. There were 200 people who came to participate in the newcomer competition, 100 beastmasters and 100 beast mothers. The rest were just there to watch the fun. For the first place, the Lingqi Guild only gave a B-grade supernatural crystal. Isn't that too stingy? That's right, the Shenqi Guild and the Shuangguang Guild at least give out an A-level supernatural crystal. With such prizes, it's no wonder that there isn't even a D-level one among the participants this time. Forget about D-level, I just saw an F-level kid joining in the fun. Alas, if this continues, I estimate that in the future, there will only be 2 major guilds left in Yucheng, and our income will be reduced by at least 20% in the future. What does this have to do with your income? You are stupid. The way the Shenqi Guild and the Shuangguang Guild eat is uglier than the other. If there is no Lingqi Guild to back it up, they will definitely lower the price of the spoils to the death. Is there? I don't feel that way. Every time I see them, they are always blocking the field and the entrance of the secret realm to collect them. The price is never a problem. They are just afraid that you are out of stock. My brother, may I ask what your level as a beastmaster is? B level, what's wrong? Well, just pretend I didn't say anything. The crowd dispersed, isolating the Versailles guy in the middle. In every newcomer competition of the Lingqi Guild, there would be such people. They were either from the Shuangguang Guild or the Shenqi Guild. Soon, 4 or 5 such people were separated from the crowd. They smiled at each other, obviously knowing each other. Hao Feizheng, what do you think of the Shuangguang Guild's newcomer competition this time? Hao Feizheng smiled slightly and said disdainfully, stand and watch, what else can you do? Zuo Shaolin, do you want to lie down and watch from the Shenqi Guild? Get lost. If I hadn't been told by my superiors to come and see how they are doing this year, I would have seldom come to this godforsaken place. Hao Feizheng laughed and said, I heard there were 1 or 2 new D-level people last year, but this year I didn't see any. That's right, I just heard that even F's newcomers are here. F-level newbies are here. That's pretty new, high school students, right? If he really graduated from college, and is F-level, how bad must his talent be? Zuo Shaolin nodded. He's from No. 11 middle school, was expelled from school a few days ago, and it seems that he awakened an E-level talent. Hao Feizheng couldn't help but chuckled. Is this true? He wants to become a beastmaster with an E-level talent. Born in poverty, he was ignorant of the immensity of the world. When he was kicked out of school, he probably said to the teacher, 30 years in He Tung, 30 years in He Shi, don't look down on the young and poor. He must be holding his breath now. There are so many sayings like, don't despise the young and poor. I guess they have drunk too much poisonous chicken soup. For a person with such talent, and still a poor man, 30 years later, it will be, Don't despise the middle-aged and poor. After another 30 years, don't despise the old and poor. After another 30 years, the dead will be the greatest. Ha 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 ha, I just had breakfast, can you please stop telling me jokes? If you make me vomit my breakfast, you have to pay me. Honestly speaking, with that kid's talent, can he sign his own beast girl? They actually signed one, an old beast girl in her 30s, probably like you said, she is the kind of person who should not be bullied by the poor middle-aged people. After Zuo Shaolin finished speaking, he saw Fang Cheng in the crowd and quickly pulled Hao Feizheng. Look, that's the boy. Hao Feizheng looked in the direction he pointed, and his eyes were immediately welded by Mu Yao's appearance. As the beautiful girl next to that boy his beast girl. Probably. This isn't that old. It's a pity that he actually recognized such a useless beastmaster. Are you interested too? Nonsense, you are not tempted. No, you mean you have been tempted for a long time. Zuo Shaolin nodded. Same as you, but unfortunately she is already taken, and it is not allowed by law to force a contract with her. It doesn't matter. A loser can actually sign such a beautiful beast girl. It's obvious that he has stolen the secret of heaven. He will definitely be a short-lived ghost. Fang Cheng led Teacher Mu through the crowd and found Lan Xiao. That Shaolin's sister, Lan Xiao, who was watching the fun, turned around when she heard the voice and saw Fang Cheng. She immediately smiled and said, "Oh, handsome boy, you came so early today. Sister Shaolin, I want to borrow an E-level supernatural bow from you. Buying on credit again. Okay, you are handsome, but E-class equipment is not cheap, you should think carefully. The interest rate is very high. Don't worry, the old rules apply. No interest will be charged within 6 months, and the monthly interest rate will be 0.1 basis points after 6 months. Do you want to buy on credit? Buy on credit. Okay then, follow me. By the way, you came so early, are you here to buy equipment on credit? Didn't the sister surnamed Tang invite me to participate in the newcomer competition yesterday? I came to participate in the newcomer competition, and in order to get a good result, I thought of borrowing an E-level supernatural bow from you. Lan Xiao smiled slightly. That's good enough, just for what you said, I will give you another 20% discount. Thank you, Shaolin. Not only is she beautiful, she also has a beautiful heart. Hee, the little handsome boy has such a sweet mouth, no wonder he can trick such a beautiful sister into being your beast girl. Sister Shaolin was polite. It was mainly because Teacher Mu was kind-hearted like Sister Shaolin and couldn't bear to see me suffer, so she reluctantly agreed to be my beast girl. Teacher Mu. Lan Xiao looked at Mu Yao suspiciously. Mu Yao blushed. The contract between teacher and student really made her feel uneasy. She quickly explained, I'm just the school doctor, not a real teacher. Lan Xiao smiled and said, Sister Mu, what's the matter? The contract between teacher and student is very common. In the last Tianyuan League, General Ji Yushu, who led our dragon country to break through the siege, his beast girl was also his high school teacher, right? Yeah, of course, it's nothing. If you care about your age, then you don't have to worry. Beastmasters have a long lifespan. Let alone a difference of 10 or 20 years, even a difference of 100 or 20 years is nothing in the long life. After being enlightened by Lan Xiao, Teacher Mu felt much more relaxed. However, the next moment, she was nervous again because of Lan Xiao's words. By the way, handsome boy, what do you think of me? Can I be your beast girl? You want to be my beast girl? Not only was Fang Cheng surprised, but even Teacher Mu beside him was nervous. Lan Xiao asked doubtfully, Isn't it just that I want to make a contract with you? Is it necessary to be so surprised? Sister Shaolin, stop joking. If you want to be my beast mother, your brother-in-law will kill me. How do you know? In my eyes, all your information is written on the top of my head, how could I not know? Fang Cheng smiled and said, I guessed it. Tang Li pushed the door open in Wu Zhong's office. Seeing Wu Zhong pacing back and forth, she smiled and said, Okay, stop walking around there. Shaolin just told me that the guy has come to participate in the competition and is now buying equipment on credit from Shaolin. Really? Are you sure? Wu Zhong couldn't help but feel happy. Fang Cheng was willing to participate in the competition, so half of the matter was done. Which half are you talking about? Of course I'm here to participate in the competition. Do I really care about those one or two pieces of equipment? What if that kid's talent, based on our observations, is not EX level? No, as long as he can pass the level, I will give him the equipment. That should be fine, right? Tang Li smiled slightly. You really can't keep your money. This is called a great man does not care about small matters. We all come from poor backgrounds, so if we can help, we should help. It is like making a good relationship. Okay, the competition is about to begin. Let's quickly turn on the secret realm surveillance and see if that guy is X level or not. Oh, by the way, wife, are the people from the Shenqi Guild and the Shuangguang Guild coming too? If that guy comes out too quickly, will it arouse suspicion from those people? Too fast. How fast can it be? Even if he has X level talent, his F level strength is there. He won't be able to leave the secret realm in 2 or 3 hours. Wu Zhong thought about it and it was right. After 2 or 3 hours, those guys must have left. The contestants were in place in the hall, and the space door leading to the secret realm of this competition opened. Fang Cheng always thought that the huge metal ring was just a decoration. It was not until this time that he knew that the thing was actually a door. As the light on the ring rotated rapidly, a water curtain-like substance gradually formed in the middle of the ring. When the halo on the ring turned to the extreme, there was a sudden splash, and a big splash of water rose in the water curtain, and then it gradually returned to calm. Everyone lined up, 4 people in a row, and walked through the water curtain in an orderly manner to enter the secret realm. This scene from a science fiction movie now appeared in front of him, but Fang Cheng was no longer surprised. Walking into the space door with Teacher Mu, the scenery in front of him suddenly changed. In the distance, the mountains are flat and the forests are dense. In the near distance, the grass is waist-high and green. When the wind blows, layers of green waves are rippled. Looking back at the space door behind me, it is still the water curtain. I can vaguely see the figures in the hall, queuing up to walk into the space door, but after entering, they do not appear in front of me. I feel that the image in the space door is like a movie scene, giving people a sense of unreality. Where did they go? Fang Cheng looked at Teacher Mu in confusion. This should be a random teleportation. The exit on the side of the space gate has been changing its position all the time, but no matter how it changes, it should be on the periphery, otherwise it would be cheating. The rules of this competition are to start from the edge of the secret realm, run to the center of the Xuanji Valley, and defeat the final big boss. Then the ranking will be determined according to the record and the time used. It looks no different from an ordinary copy, and you have to kill monsters and boss along the way, but the route of this copy is based on the center as the origin, and branches out to the surrounding areas. The innermost layer has 18 roads, and the second layer extends 36 roads, extending outward for a total of 3 layers, and there are 72 entrances at the outermost layer. There will definitely be lucky people on the first layer who don't get an opponent, such as me, but it's hard to say when you get to the second layer, and you will definitely meet an opponent on the third layer. The reason why they are regarded as opponents is that they will snatch the spoils. In order to make the competition fair, in addition to the clearance time, the score will also be calculated based on the number of spoils, and snatching spoils is not prohibited. Xiao Fang, come up quickly. Teacher Mu transformed into a thorn deer and said, while there are no opponents, we have to run faster. As long as we run fast enough, we don't have to worry about encountering opponents on the second or third floor. Fang Cheng smiled slightly. It's useless. The organizers have already thought of this bug. The results are judged by the amount of loot. No matter how many things we explode on one route, it can't catch up with the total of several or even dozens of routes of others. Quote, what should I do then? What else can we do? We can kill them all the way and wait for them in the final round. After saying that, he jumped onto the deer back of Mu Lao, patted her shoulders and said, let's go. Xiao Fang hugged tightly. I saw Teacher Mu's front hooves raised, and then he jumped out with a bang, like a green light, skipping on the green waves. Fang Cheng still used the same old method to fight the dungeon, first pulling a single monster to practice, and then evaluating the strength of the monster. It turned out that the monsters in the E-level dungeon were much stronger than the F-level monsters, but for himself and Teacher Mu now, they seemed to be just that. Both of them used E-level equipment, one for long-range blood and control, and the other for charging and pulling hatred. It was no problem to use the crazy sword technique to kill 5 or 6 monsters at a time. It is worth mentioning the thing is, although the crazy demon sword skill cannot release the blood and chi to form a group damage skill like the half moon slash, the flexible footwork and powerful sword momentum are definitely the most suitable for fighting with a few against a large number. The main point is to not care about life, but in the eyes of the opponent, every sword is fatal. With the help of the soul-breaking eye, Fang Cheng can kill every monster with one sword and will never use a second sword. In Wu Zong's office, the surveillance camera was aimed at Fang Cheng. As for the others, they were already old hands. They always played the same routine in the dungeon. There was nothing interesting to watch. Oh my god, didn't they say that this secret realm doesn't produce star crystals? How come that kid got an E-level star crystal the first time he killed a strange beast? Wu Zhong looked at Tang Li in shock, and the latter's eyes were also filled with shock. You ask me, how do I know? But E-level star crystals are originally dropped by E-level monsters, so it's not surprising to see E-level star crystals in E-level copies. It should be so, but that kid's luck is too good. As far as I can remember, I have never heard of anyone being able to explode star crystals in this secret realm. Tang Li smiled and said, now you not only heard it, but also saw it with your own eyes. Wu Zhong nodded subconsciously, and his eyes withdrew from Mu Yao and returned to Fang Cheng. Mu Yao was an A-level beast girl, which was basically confirmed. Wu Zhong and his wife had no objection. It was Fang Cheng who was hacking around in the beast group that immediately aroused their interest. Husband, that kid should be using the crazy sword skill, right? Wu Zhong nodded. To be precise, it should be martial arts, the techniques and basic skills of using a sword, and martial arts is equivalent to a decisive move, usually only one move, but sword skills have many moves. Tang Li nodded. But why do I feel that the kid's crazy sword skill is better than what you used back then? Wu Zhong said undeniably. Don't talk about the past, even now, I am not as good as him in this crazy sword skill. Tang Li looked at Wu Zhong in surprise. Are you sure? Of course, that boy's understanding and application of this sword technique is close to perfection. Even if that kid has been practicing since his mother's womb, it has only been 18 years now, right? He couldn't have started practicing since his mother's womb. He could have practiced the crazy demon sword technique for 1 or 2 years at most. Tang Li smiled slightly. So, that kid's talent is indeed very likely to be EX level. Wu Zhong was stunned for a moment, then became excited. You were right, with my S-level talent, I have practiced the crazy demon sword technique for 2 years, and I have only just started, but that kid is close to mastering it. If he is not an EX level talent, this doesn't make sense. If they knew that Fang Cheng could refine his swordsmanship to a minor level in 3 days, and push it to a major level after clearing 10 dungeons, would they be scared to death? Fang Cheng and Teacher Mu were very fast, and they were at the semifinals in a blink of an eye. It might be because he and Teacher Mu ran too fast that they did not encounter the opponent coming from another road, so Fang Cheng decided to turn around from the fork in the road and go back to find the opponent who should have appeared here. In Fang Cheng's opinion, the storage space in the bracelet is only so big, and the spoils that can be carried are limited, so the spoils required to determine the ranking of the competition must also be limited. Turning from the fork in the road, he encountered a strange beast not far away. It seems that the opponent is indeed not as fast as himself, otherwise what he saw at this time should be the corpse of the strange beast. But as Fang Cheng got closer to the entrance, he felt something was wrong. Even if the opponent is slower, he should have appeared by now. Am I the only one on the 2 lines? Teacher Mu, let's go back to the final circle. No longer searching forward. No, if I keep looking, my bracelet will be full, and I won't have anywhere to put the loot that the boss will drop. Mr. Mu nodded, and carried Fang Chengwo with a green light on his back, heading straight for the finals. Wu Zhong in the office saw this scene, and the corners of his mouth couldn't help but curl up slightly. It seems that the boy is not too stupid. Tang Li smiled and said, so it seems that his beast girl is indeed participating in this kind of competition for the first time, and both of them have no experience. But didn't you find that his beast girl is a little strange? What's strange? A-level beast girl, 36 years old this year, how could it be possible that no one has signed a contract with her in all these years? If Fang Cheng is not her first beastmaster, then why does she have no experience in such an ordinary competition? Wu Zhong touched his chin and said, now that you put it like that, it does make some sense. But if her A-level talent is a hidden evolution, then it makes sense. Her talent, which was identified at the beginning, was below D level, so no one would make a contract with her, and Fang Cheng discovered her hidden evolution. Even I can't see the Beast Girl's hidden evolution form, so how can Fang Cheng see it? X-level talents always have some outstanding features. Haven't you noticed? They haven't taken any recovery potions since entering the game. Thorndeer is a support-type Beast Girl. What it gives back to the Beastmaster through the contract is accelerated recovery. Since it has not used recovery potions for such a long time, does that mean that the Beast Girl's feedback rate is at least 80%? Tang Li smiled and said, that's right. Whether it is the increase in the Beast Girl's talent or the increase in the feedback rate, only Beastmasters with EX level talents can achieve such an effect. If I was only 70% sure before, now it is a hammer. That kid is definitely an EX level talent. At this time, in the finals of the Secret Realm, except for Fang Cheng and Mu Yao, all Beastmasters and Beast Girls gathered here. The results of the competition are based on the spoils and the clearance time, and friendly exchanges between players are not prohibited. Then the question is, if one person kills monsters and collects spoils along the way, and the other person waits for you here directly, then the former is exhausted, while the latter is waiting for you, then all the efforts of the former are not making wedding clothes for the latter. And if no one has spoils, then isn't the only thing to look at the clearance time. So in competitions like this, experienced contestants don't care at all. The strange beasts on the road ran directly to the final circle. Fang Cheng and Mu Yao participated in this kind of competition for the first time, so how could they know all this? The contestants gathered together, looking at each other, all knew that those who could get here so quickly did not have any trophies in their pockets, not to mention that there was still a last place winner who had not arrived yet, so no one was in a hurry to start. Otherwise, if everyone started fighting now, wouldn't that let the last place winner get the advantage? Mu Yao carried Fang Cheng on her back, speeding all the way. Just as they were about to enter the final circle, Fang Cheng asked Mu Yao to stop. Fang Cheng took out the star crystals, which were all exploded along the way, and there were only 6 of them. Xiao Fang, this is an E-level star crystal. At our current level, the effect will be twice that of an F-level star crystal. Fang Cheng looked at Mu Yao in confusion. I know, is there any problem? We have been unable to consume less star crystals these days. We should be promoted soon. If we take E-level star crystals, what if we are promoted? Fang Cheng smiled and said, how can it be so fast? By the way, your estimated data are all from your former colleagues, right? Mu Yao nodded. Yes. I say, Mr. Mu, don't you think about the level of your colleagues and our current level? They can advance after eating only a few star crystals, but it's still too early for us. But what if it happens? Teacher Mu felt that what Fang Cheng said made sense, but he was still worried. The main reason was that he had no experience, and the insufficient taming value limited his E-level strength. That was a lifetime thing. Worried about the taming value again. But we can't improve the taming value here, right? Mu Yao blushed and said shyly, how is it possible? I mean, the E-level star crystals can be saved for eating when we get home. Fang Cheng glanced ahead. I want to, but I always feel that there are people waiting for us ahead, and there must be a lot of them, so if we improve our strength now, we will have more protection when the time comes. No way, at our speed, no one should be faster than us. But what if they didn't kill any strange beasts along the way and just ran towards the final circle with all their strength? If they don't kill the strange beasts, where will they get the spoils? You don't know that there is actually a bug in the rules of this competition. This is what I just thought of. If no one has any spoils, then they can only be ranked according to the time it takes to clear the level. Then it will be a great disadvantage for us to fight against monsters all the way. By the time we enter the final circle, we will be exhausted. Those who run directly to the final circle will not only take a longer time to beat the boss, but they can also take advantage of their rest to snatch our spoils. If everyone thinks this way, and runs to the final circle without collecting any spoils, they can still be ranked according to the time it takes to clear the level. In this way, both sides will not suffer. If it were you, would you do it? Mu Yao nodded. In this way, we will be at a great disadvantage. So, let's eat these star crystals first, and then go again after we recover, maybe we can get some bargains. The gate of the finals boss's house, this is the place all contestants must pass through. I was wondering why that guy hasn't come yet, could he have been killed by a strange beast on the way? Tien de Bang, if you can't wait, how about we have a discussion first? Want to compete with you? You're dreaming. Of course I'm not afraid of you. I'm just afraid of wasting my energy on you. Then I'll be the next one to suffer. Tien de Bang, can we find a place to be alone? It doesn't have to be here. That way, even if you lose, you won't feel embarrassed because no one will see you. Go, Lao Tien, I support you. Right, no matter who wins or loses, I promise not to take advantage of others. Tien de Bang said unhappily, I don't trust you, go ahead if you want, I'll stay here to guard that kid. Because the spoils are worth more points than the time it takes to clear a level. Now not only Tien de Bang, but everyone knows that as long as Fang Cheng can get here, he must have a lot of spoils. As long as you rob his spoils and find a place to hide, you will most likely be the first in this competition. If someone is waiting here for you, and you are forced to move out of the secret realm when the competition time is up, then no one will be able to clear the level, and the amount of spoils will become the only option for ranking. Look, is that guy coming? All the people who were enjoying the coolness under the shade of the tree stood up at once, put their hands on the pergola and looked into the distance. That guy is really fast. Could it be that he has no loot on him, just as we thought? Take a good look, the boy's beast mother is a thorn deer. It is not impossible for her to arrive here so quickly. That's true, but who will go up first? Everyone looked at each other, and finally looked at Tien de Bang at the same time. Why are you all looking at me like that? We unanimously decided to let you go first, how about that, is that fair? Tien de Bang cursed in his heart, isn't this just bullying an honest man? Among these people, his strength is the lowest. If someone else robs the boy's spoils, the others may not be able to catch him. But it's different for him. If he robs the boy's spoils, he will definitely not be able to escape. Now he has regretted it. Why did he join in the fun when he is weak? Xiao Fang, you really guessed it right. They are all waiting for us here. What should we do now? Fang Cheng jumped off Mu Yao's back and said, what else can we do? There is only one way. We should go to the Tiger Mountain even though we know there are tigers there. When they were still 10 to 20 meters away from everyone, Fang Cheng and Mu Yao stopped. After taking a look at everyone, Fang Cheng said, so many of you are waiting for me here. You are not going to fight me, are you? I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.